beautiful. Florida, every part of it is so beautiful. If you like music, if you like colors, and if you like man-made beauty, there's one on your frame. The Phillies United are taking on the California Eagles, and that's going to be game number 3 of the day. We're coming to you live from the beautiful Broward County Cricket Stadium here in Florida. The sunset gives you so many hues, so many colors. And what's even better is the green ground in which we play one of our favorite sports. The points table suggests that New Jersey Titans, despite the loss today, have done well enough in the tournament in entirety. Hence, will hold on to the top spot. Phillies United, number 2, California Golden Eagles have qualified and are on number 3, New York Cowboys, owing to the win in the morning, have got the number 4 position and have qualified. Phillies United versus California Golden Eagles for the moment. Mike Haseman was down there with the 2 captains just moments ago, and Phillies United have won the toss and they said we want to put the runs on the board. Phillies United win the toss and choose to bat first.
Heads it is. Adil, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
We're going to have a bat.
And what's the reason for that?
We're just gonna go out there and try to put a good total, and we feel like it might be slightly difficult chasing it under lights when it gets a little bit darker.
Okay, now you're here for a reason, of course. Rakeem is not playing. I presume that is the story. What are your team changes, and why is Rakeem not here?
Yeah, Rakeem is not playing. I think he's feeling a little bit of a stomach bug. We wish him the best, and hopefully he'll be back in the playoff round. We have one change. Hayden Patel comes in for Rakeem.
Okay, terrific. Enjoy it.
Yep, thanks.
Good luck with the captaincy. Hope it goes well. Well, Mukt, you won the toss. What were you going to do?
Well, we would have batted first as well, but we're bowling again.
Okay, now what about your side? Any changes today?
Yes, we got 2 changes. Sid and Killon come in place of Varun and Tej.
Okay, enjoy it. Have fun.
Thank you. Thanks.
Right, terrific. Right, the news in the middle is the Phillies United have won the toss and they've elected to bat first.
So the Phillies United this time will be captained by Adil Bhatti. Dominic Ricky is on the side. Stephen Wigg has been excellent with the ball in hand. Hiran Patel behind the wicket. Aman Patel's in the side too. Kwame Pattinson Jr. expecting more from him. Arakshit Gomel as well. Expecting more from him with the bat in hand. Sunny Patel's been sensational. Saad Ali needs to come good. Justin Dill and Calvin Savage bring the South African flair. Substitutes. That first name's Rakeem Cornwall. We might see him in action. The news perhaps at the toss was that he is not feeling well, but we really hope we see him in action. So Saif Badr for California Golden Eagles will spot the field. Abhimanyu Lamba has been good and been a little more lucky as well off late. Raymond Reefer, Gaurav Kumar, Mario Laban. He's someone who loves the new ball and has improved drastically come USPL Season 2. Kellen Carmichael's in the side today. That'll be interesting to see. Chaitanya Bishnoi, as always Unmukh Chand, the skipper. Siddharth More, Ryan Scott and Junaid Siddiqui, the leggy. The surface was tonight where you expect it to slow down a little bit, just a little bit, because it's the 3rd game. In under lights, that's been the template so far. But the Broward County Cricket Stadium has given us surfaces that'll always scream good cricket matches. This is interesting. The Phillies United today have sent in Calvin Savage with Dominic Ricky to open the batting. I'm Suhas Vedam, joined by Nikhil Uttam Chandani. Welcome to the Combox, Nikhil. Dominic Ricky there, 26 runs in 4 matches.
Hello Suhas, hello to all the viewers. Yeah, Dominic Ricky was short of runs, but man has been in international cricket in the past. We'll want to capitalize on this. And yesterday we didn't see Rakeem Cornwall at the top of the order. They've tried a few different options here. Now Calvin Savage, the all-rounder, has a good strike rate in the tournament. Got a good 21 not out yesterday. He's been promoted. Rakeem Cornwall not in today. He's not feeling well. And he's pointing to Kwame Patton Jr. as the star.
Mario Laban, usual suspects with a new ball. Economy of 5.8, operating in the power play for 50% of his quota is just sensational. He'll be raring to go. 2 men allowed to patrol the boundary rope in the first 6 overs, owing to the restrictions of the first power play. Third man's one of them.
Let's play.
First ball, slip in place. Swing right away. First from the ball, then from the bat. No contact made.
Yeah, Laban, he's in the top wicket takers of the tournament list, but for me, he's been the best. The economy's been good, but the way he gets the lateral movement on the new ball has been extremely impressive, and it's very late as well. It's posed a big challenge to batters and top 3 batters in this tournament. It's got a majority of them out.
Inside edge. Oh, wants that single as well, Calvin. Little late to respond was Ricky, but still gets there in time. The throw was at the right end too. So much to unpack. That's the first run for Phillies United, not without drama.
And looking for some intensity from this Phillies United team without Raheem Cornwall. Understand the impact that he's had. Would have been short. Understand the impact that he's had in this tournament on that team, but when you get into a semi-final, you're hoping that others can step up.
Calvin Savage promoted up the order. Perhaps the chat in the Phillies United camp was that we're wasting a batter as he's coming in too late. If Raheem's not opening, send in someone who can get the big shots away. Ricky was lucky there. Savage has got the license to go for the big shots. Can he do justice to the promotion? Ball keeps low, so much so that even Unmukt cannot collect it cleanly. Yet to get off the mark, Savage, but will still find himself at the non-striker's end. There's something that's happening in the surface. The second time after pitching, it's behaved a little erratically. But this was the first delivery to Savage. Ricky did not get into a position from which he can have that free swing of the bat. So far, 3 without a wicket. 1 run off the bat.
They've been a good team in terms of starting power plays, the Phillies United side. 60 for 1 in the first game, then 60 for 2 after. But yesterday they had no Cornwall, and it was kind of disarray because he spent time off the field. They tried Saad Ali up the order. I have to rebowl that one. So they'll want Calvin Savage to fill that void that Cornwall has left, and he will have full authority to do exactly what he's doing now and go after the bowling. Even if he spends just 2 overs at the crease and can get them 20 or 25, he would have done, I think, his job to set the pace.
Another wide delivery. Laban used to struggle a couple of years back as well by being wayward in crucial moments of the game. He's yet to find the rhythm from the beginning today. Big swing and a miss. Straight delivery to end the over with 5 for no loss.
That's your leg.
The Phillies United. They have Kwame, Arakshit Gomel, Sunny Patel, Saad Ali. Out of which 3 need to come back into form. It's good to know that they've qualified, but they want their best players peaking at the right time in the tournament. At the end of one, they're 5 for no loss. Attract an appeal from Lamba. What a good start this is from Lamba. He likes bowling that length with which he can get that extra bit of bounce, perhaps bring the slip into play suddenly. Abhimanyu Lamba, 4 matches, 3 wickets. Economy of 7.8 is acceptable, especially if you're operating in the power play.
We spent a lot of time talking about Mario Laban, but I think this man has been really impressive in the last couple of games. That 2 for 19 was instrumental. What ended up being a win. And last night picked up some early wickets as well in the power play.
Clean swing of the bat from Savage. A 6 with a stamp of authority to start his innings.
Yeah, it's really well timed, to be honest. And Calvin Savage, even though he's batted at 9 and lower in the last couple of games, he's shown us many times in the past about his batting prowess. So you will relish this opportunity to bat early on, where I think scoring is a bit easier, not only under the lights but against a harder ball.
A clean strike like that early on in the innings will give him the much needed confidence as well to vindicate the decision to have sent him up top. We all have seen, especially in T20 cricket, what Calvin Savage can do across America. Different surfaces in Chicago, some of the towering sixes have not left the mind of people. Raymond Reef has been the chosen fielder to retrieve that great ball.
Of course, this matchup has the potential to be a possible preview of what could be the semi-finals. The Golden Eagles and the Phillies United. Both teams are 2nd and 3rd. Remember, 1 plays 4, 2 plays 3. And I don't think we'll see too much change in that table. It could either be the Golden Eagles going above Phillies, but they would stay in 2nd. So this matchup likely will be played tomorrow.
Fine leg inside the circle, the ball will scream away for 4. A bit of luck as well has come by Savage's innings, that too very early. Lamba, would he consider this an opportunity?
Won't mind this too much. It's a good adjustment as well. He's tonked back over his head. He's getting some inward movement as well. Yeah, I think the ball is just swinging around under the lights here.
It's the right thing to do for Savage. It's not there to be hit. Came back in a little. An extra bit of bounce as well was well dealt with by Ricky.
Yeah, there may be a temptation to go full to Dominic Ricky. You remember the last 2 games he's played, both the times he's been caught at mid-on, mid-off. It was sort of that good length, just short of a half volley length. And at times he hasn't really nailed those drives, trying to go aerial over those 2 fielders in the circle. I wonder if it's worth the risk, trying to outfox him, trying to get this wicket.
That's connected. And that's way past the boundary rope. Much needed 6 for Ricky. Confidence booster, 2 gone, 23 for no loss. Phillies United and California Golden Eagles. Number 2 and number 3 at the points table. As Nikhil mentioned just moments ago, this could be a dry run of what is to come as well, as stakes get higher towards the business end of the tournament. The top 4 teams will qualify to the semi-finals, and we have our top 4 teams. The Cowboys joining the band. Mario Laban's lengths have changed. I remember Mario Laban, the bowler who attacked all batters with a very furious bouncer, ferocious bouncer. But now that has changed too. He loves bowling drivable length, but just enough to take the outside edge. This was a sensational hit.
Exquisitely timed by Dominic Ricky.
Got him this time. Mario Laban targeting the stumps. You miss, I hit.
The 3rd time in the competition, Dominic Ricky's tried to drive and has not been able to execute. But Mario Laban again is able to get late movement. Bowled extremely well in this competition. Just going to have a check at that front foot to make sure he's behind the line. Miles behind. That first over got the ball to go away. This time it just went in with the angle. He's been impressive. Maybe the stand-up for me in this tournament. Ricky gone for 7, 24 for 1.
Season campaigner Saad Ali comes to the middle. Once again, an early wicket. Straight, simple. Did a little bit after pitching as well. Came back in just a little bit sharply. And that was enough to go through the gate. Leg stump rattled. That sounds very satisfying. Very satisfying for the bowler. Laban's not bowling to the righty anymore.
Yeah, and Saad Ali's very strong square. I wonder if that field at deep third can be maybe a deep point field or a cover point, because he will naturally get the ball to go away from the left-hander with this angle. If he just is a bit too wide, let's say maybe that fifth stump line, and misses, Saad Ali will not hesitate. So he needs to be very precise. He's shown us that he can take the ball both ways. Let's see.
Beautifully done. Thanks to the carpet of grass, it'll roll away for 4. Saad gets a gift on his legs. He's too good to ignore a gift of this kind.
He's really had a good tournament, Saad Ali, and his left-handed presence has made a huge difference in this batting lineup. We've spoken a lot about Raheem Cornwall, but he has been the man in the middle overs especially. He'll relish this chance, batting early in the innings with the restrictions.
Can't get a single this time. Laban will generate that awkward bounce that one needs to be ready to negotiate.
And without Cornwall tonight, I think Saad Ali, I wonder how that impacts the way he plays. Calvin Savage is still there, so don't expect anything to change from his perspective. Sure, he'll keep playing his shots and looking to be aggressive.
Was in the air for a brief moment. Rand Scott, as we always say, is 2 fielders masquerading in one. Doesn't really matter, you put him inside the 30-yard circle or banish him in the deep somewhere. He'll always give you those catches, create opportunity for run-outs.
Look for Savage to go down the ground if Laban is full again.
Calvin Savage has found the gap and has also found enough timing to send it for 4. Raymond Reefer kept on delaying the dive, eventually pulled out of it. 34 for 1 after 3.
Leg.
Beautiful shot this. Again reading the length early, free flow of the arms. Every time he's got width, he's punished it. And Raymond Reefer, interestingly, gave up on the chase. I felt the fuel of the ball was dying. I felt like he, with his big frame, can put in the dive and stop it. Decides to escort the ball. First game for Carmichael in USPL Season 2. Oh, what a game we just witnessed. Now, of course, it's the Phillies United taking on the California Golden Eagles. But I think the intensity was set higher by this game. New Jersey Titans versus the Chicago Patriots, and the Patriots getting 181 for 4 with 7 balls to spare, winning against a sensational New Jersey Titans. That's not just a game, it's a lesson for everyone. It's a lesson for the bowler too, to not pitch it up for Calvin Savage.
Yeah, long levers down the ground. He's shown us this all day, Calvin Savage. This move has worked. It's good from Winston Cornwall and the coaching staff to get him up the order. You can see though, there's still movement there. That ball's swung in. There's still something there for the bowlers under the lights. Hasn't faced Savage though. When there's been full, he has dispatched it.
Drivable once again, and very disappointing for the bowler. Savage will do this all day. No problemo. Every drivable length ball has been put away for 4.
Imperious.
He'd picked his spot already. It was all about treating that bat like an extension of his arm. Some of the shots that he's played today are exactly the ones that you do shadow practice for.
I think with his reach as well, because of the long levers, he creates a length for himself. So bowlers may tend to go to that good length area. That might actually turn into a half volley because of how big that strike can be. And Saad Ali's done the right thing here in his first 4 deliveries. Just try to get Savage back on strike. It's been good strategic planning from the Phillies United side in the power play so far.
Good slower delivery from Carmichael. That's much better. Quality defensive shot from Saad. Someone who lit up the first game was a young 18-year-old from Gauteng. The second game of the day, 53 of 34, Joshua. Unbelievable striking at a difficult time as well. His team was struggling for 46 on the board with 3 wickets down. Now it's time for Saad to launch. Carmichael's missed his mark once again. Saad will not miss out on this opportunity to 48 for 1. Ricky is the only batter to be back in the hut for Phillies United. Laban got the better of him. Savage and Saad dealing in boundaries now. Savage even more so. 24 of 11.
And 43 runs have come in the last 3 overs. And Saad Ali, watched from the other end, showed good restraint until he was given that opportunity and picked his spot well. It's tough for Carmichael in his first game to bowl in this situation. Saad Ali's been in good touch. Savage has come up with one mission, and that is to attack. And now over to you, Unmuk Chan. How do you stop the bleeding? He's gone to spin. Gaurav Kumar. Correction, 4 matches, 1 wicket, but a really good economy.
Oh, very well played. And once it beats the infield, it'll go for 4 because the outfield's so beautiful. Butter-like. 50 comes up for the Phillies.
We've seen powerful strokes today from Calvin Savage. However, on this occasion, pure touch and dexterity. Really good start to the over as well. That's been key for them. They've started the overs well.
Ooh, needed a bit more luck, Gaurav. It's important that Savage snapped out of that and started to run as well. There's something happening in the surface.
That area there was where Mike Haseman this morning highlighted. It's just a dry patch on this surface, and drier patch, I should say. And the ball just tends to keep a bit low when it pitches there. Saw it earlier today when Nosh Kenjige hit that spot. And it really stayed low. So that's something for Kumar to aim at.
Good thinking. Changing his release point, not just the angle.
Yeah, just look where this ball pitches. Right in that area there where seems to be a bit more roughage.
Mike Haseman called it the dinner plate. But anything even touch fuller, that's desert for Savage. 29 of 13 already.
I don't think it'll be long before we see Raymond Rifa into the attack, especially if they can't break this partnership. It's 200 strike rate so far. 30 from 15 deliveries.
This is proactive captaincy from Unmuk Chand. Just put a fielder in there for Calvin Savage. It's gone straight to the fielder and hence it's a single. Otherwise, had the gap not been plugged, would have been 4. Coming as wide as possible. Creates the angle, straight to the fielder, though no run. 5 gone. Phillies United, good start for them after losing an early wicket. 55 for 1.
What a good performance this is. Really good start. 55 for 1, going at 10s at the moment after 5 overs. In fact, 11s. And it's a really good power play. Just lost that 1 over. Just put him on the back foot, thinking briefly, very, very briefly. Then suddenly the next over exploded a bit. And then 7 off the next one. Junaid Siddiqui, who bowled so brilliantly in the last game, into the attack now. And Savage has been exactly that. Aaron Singh's alongside me. Welcome again. Nice to see you.
Good evening, Mikey. Good evening. We're here for a good game of cricket. A very good, exciting matchup here between the Phillies United and the California Golden Eagles.
Hard down the ground, Kaiser catch it, but no, that's too high. That's gone for 6. That's flat. Strong 6.
A good stroke from Calvin Savage has been nothing short of him going up and over this entire innings. He's been looking to attack. First time he's opening the batting today. And yeah, Calvin Savage is in no mood to stay here. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. No nonsense. It's all business for Calvin Savage today.
Junaid Siddiqui 2 for 6 in the last game. There's 6 there. So just introduced, second ball has gone for 6. So that's put a bit of pressure on him. So that's one of the tactics I'm sure they would have talked about. Just transfer some pressure onto Siddiqui because he's a fine spinner. Ducking and diving, boys. So 7 4s and 3 6s already in this innings. Currently going at 11.5 to the over. Backing away, slamming that over the top of extra cover. That is magnificent work, it really is.
Yeah, just a slap, an aggressive slap from Calvin Savage. He picked the ball. I think that's what he's talking about with the man at the other end, Saad Ali. And yeah, just hit it beautifully up and over. Not a good outing so far for Siddiqui. Was nice, was beautiful last night, but today he's missing his line and length. Already hit for 10.
Don't let him settle. That would have been the chats, and he's gone again. Gone again. Only 2 outside the circle, of course. There's only a couple more balls to go before that changes. The power play. There's plenty of space out there.
Yeah, Siddiqui, why couldn't you bowl like this last night? Why couldn't you bowl like this last night? Brilliant batting from Calvin Savage. Up and over, and that brings up 71 for 7, 16 from this over. He's going aggressive.
Optimistic. Going to try anything, I think, when you've got someone that's slamming all over the place. 6, 4, and 6. Ball numbers 2, 3, and 4 this over.
Yeah, no way that was gone. I'm surprised with the appeal. Might have been trying to throw the umpire off a little bit, but a good decision from umpire Brian Kane.
He's on 46. 19 balls only. Brilliant from Savage. Having to reach for that one a little bit slower through the air from Siddiqui.
That's a good over in terms of the Phillies United standpoint. The power play is concluded. It's 72 for 1 after 6.
Confirmation that power play is done. Captain will be relieved, I'm sure, with the news of some extra fielders going outside. Let's have a look at the story. The Titans didn't get up, so they'll stay on 7 points. Phillies and California Golden Eagles both on 6. 2 points to them will take them to the top. Whoever wins this game goes to the top.
Some good innovation from Calvin Savage. Been seeing that a lot with the reverse sweeps, scoops, innovation in the T20 format. And Savage has been batting beautifully for us, 47 off 21.
Beautiful shots. That is outstanding. He's hit that a mile. What a terrific shot. Wow, he's putting on a show now.
The Savage has gone savage. 53-50 comes up for him. Off 22 balls. What an amazing innings from him. Just steps down the track. Oh, and that's a beautiful stroke. He's got so much power on that he needs a crunch bar.
If they continue at this rate, as we look at him bring up his 50 again with that magnificent boundary, they'll get to 250. That's how well they're playing, or how well Savage is playing. This is just superb, really is.
And Mike, I think the first time he's opened the batting this season for the Phillies United. It's great to see that.
Just looking to give himself a little bit of room, looking to go over the top of the covers on that occasion. He's allowed to miss one.
He's attempted that shot multiple times, but on that occasion doesn't get much on it. Doesn't get anything on it, actually.
Well, that was a bit fuller on off stump, so he had to squeeze that one out, and he did so and picked up one. Just want to have a look at that table again briefly to have a look at the potential swapping around of this table. I've mentioned the fact that both these teams are on 6 that are playing at the moment. The winner goes to the top. The net run rate might come into play also between the loser and also the Cowboys. So that might swap also. For example, if the Golden Eagles happen to go down, if they happen to go down, they're not much in the net run rate department. At the moment, the Phillies are having a great time.
They're enjoying themselves. They truly are enjoying themselves here today. Last league stage game before high time, crunch time tomorrow in the semifinals. Just rocket away for one there, Saad Ali, as he'll retain the strike. That's 80 for 1 after 7 for Phillies United.
to focus on that again, just so I can explain a bit better. The California Golden Eagles at 3, the Cowboys at 4. Both have qualified. They're both on 6 points. If the California Golden Eagles go down and they get beaten badly here, then there's a reason. Well, there's no doubt that, well, in fact, there's a reasonable chance that net run rate will go behind the Cowboys. So that'll mean they'll swap over. So the Cowboys will go to 3. The Golden Eagles will go to 4. Now, the way the Phillies have started off here, 81 after 7, going at 11.5 to the over. They will go to top, and the Titans will go to number 2. That's how it's going to swap around if we go to form at this stage.
Today's matchup really does decide the top of the points table. So really, that's what they're playing for here today.
It's nicely worked. Going to look to come back for 2. To put up their 50 stand to these two guys. 58 it is now off 30 balls. Combination, of course, has been dominated by Savage.
Yeah, look to have got a little bit of pace off on that occasion there, Raymond Reefer. Experience of him will come in handy for not only today, but for the entirety of the tournament for the knockout stages. Good bowlers represented the West Indies in the majority of the formats.
Predominantly as a number 3 in the test match format, and did a bit of bowling in the tests as well. That's a good line. Good stuff from Reefer.
Yeah, it's a really good start for him. It's only 2 from his 2. I'll need to look to control a bit. The Phillies United, it's just been about them this entire innings. Not much for Saad Ali to do. Calvin Savage is doing it. He's doing everything. He is going savage.
The California Golden Eagles have gone a little bit quiet at the moment. One thing they can do to try and combat what's happening at the moment with the Phillies United and the work that they're doing. He's looking to join the party as well, and that is a remarkable shot. That really is quite special.
Well, it doesn't matter if the Phillies United batsman is a lefty or a righty. It's going everywhere all around the park today for them. Everything going great for him. You can see he's gone a little bit shorter on that occasion, and a beautiful punch and heave up and over. Oh, he's crunched that beautifully off the middle of the bat there, Saad Ali. His first maximum of the innings.
That's a remarkable shot from Saad Ali. One thing they can do, California Golden Eagles, to finish that is they can slow this game down a little bit. Obviously, they've got to keep an eye on Chund as the captain. He's got to keep an eye on the time so they don't slow it down too much. One thing they can do is just do that so that in this situation, when the ball is disappearing all over the place, sometimes things look like it's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
A bit loosener there from Reefer. He's gone wide. He's changing his field now. Might have been attempting the wide Yorker, but he's got it wrong on that occasion. See a decent amount of extras from the California Golden Eagles.
Ten off the over, 2 balls left. That's crunched away on the offside. More protection now, of course, outside that power play.
And there really is one thing, Mikey, that if you have more fielders outside the 30-yard circle, it becomes harder to get runs. So we'll see more of knocking it around for singles on this in this time. But again, the way that these two have been going, it really seems to be that they're in no nonsense mode.
A little bit of glove involved on that occasion. Still scamper through for 1. So that's 12 off the over, 8 gone, 92 for 1. Just to let you know about these finals, of course, the semis, 2 semis tomorrow. One at 10 o'clock, the first one, between first and fourth. That's why it's important, this game. In particular, what I was telling you about, the Cowboys might move away from fourth. And then the second one at 4 o'clock. Semi-final number 2 between 2 and 3. And then the winners of those semis, semis 1 and semi 2, they play off at 10 a.m. Remember that, 10 a.m. local time these times are. On the east coast of the USA, and the 21st. That's on Tuesday. Skipper Chund is really quiet. That's the other thing they can improve here. He's virtually said nothing since this onslaught started.
Yeah, and the introduction of spin comes in with the left arm orthodox, Chaitanya Bishnoi. Didn't see him bowl last night at all, but Teddy's been given the ball in hand. Last night was a bit disappointing for him. Couldn't get runs on the board without troubling the scores.
Underneath that, and he slammed that for half a dozen as well. It's another beauty. That is 6. Number 5 for Savage.
Just a loosener. He's pitched that up so much that it's kind of like a Glenn Maxwell type of a shot. Doesn't even have to move his legs. He just has to stay there and whack the ball hard. Look at it again, Bishnoi. Yeah, that is too full. Way too full, and just a full extension of the arms from Savage to get another half a dozen.
California Golden Eagles are dead quiet out there. I've got the stump mics up very loud in my ears, and I am not hearing a word other than the crunch off the bat. That's not a word, really. It's a noise. Not hearing a word from the California Golden Eagles, and the captain is right over the stumps.
And they really need to get something going here. They really need to get something going here as the 100 does come up for the Phillies United. Only 8.3 overs done, not even at the halfway stage. So they are in a bit of trouble here, the California Golden Eagles.
Yeah, it's halfway through the 9th over, and they got 3 figures up. 62 off 27 balls. That is unbelievable stuff from Calvin Savage. A little bit of width. That's hammered away on the offside, bringing the sweeper into play.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see that the Phillies United and California Golden Eagles are getting a bit of exposure before semifinals begin tomorrow. But it's not looking too good for the California Golden Eagles. Big match tomorrow, and a performance like this could hinder the confidence of the majority of the players.
Like what may have happened in the previous game. Oh, it's a fumble. Skipper's missed that. He was a long, long way down then. Just stuck the hand out, it bounced up, hit the ground, couldn't grab it, couldn't take the bails off.
Yeah, I thought fumble was a term they used in football. But yeah, this is a term they use in cricket now. That's a real fumble from the skipper.
Tries of catcher, but it's fine. Did well to get it down there. It was a very full delivery on around about middle stump too. No spring in the step at all from the bowling team. 9 overs gone, 103, 100 on the board, 103 for 1. It's remarkable.
It's been nothing short of a masterclass innings with brute force from this man, Calvin Savage, promoted up the order today to open proceedings with Dominic Ricky, and it's just been his day today. Crunching everything, full extension of the arms, playing it in the gaps. He's been doing everything properly.
Oh, that's picked up nicely too. That's raced away. What a fine shot. That's a 4 off the first ball of the over.
And these two have not come to play. These two have not come to play. They've come to dominate. Amazing stroke play from both of these men. A good partnership is building now. You just see he's heaved it away onto the onside with a full extension again from his arms. We've seen that a lot this tournament from a majority of the batsmen. Full extension of the arms, a full swing.
Saad said, I've had enough of this. I'm going to have some fun also. Looks like it's going to be 4 more. Takes him to 32 now. Saad, brilliant work from him. They cannot take a trick at the moment. They're being pasted all over the place. Nelson on the board.
They look very exhausted as well, the California Golden Eagles. The momentum in the field has gone down. There's no form of urgency. No form of urgency and no form of hope and courage.
Well, urgency is often built by the keeper. And urgency is often built by the captain. Now there's 2 in 1 here with Mukchand, and he is dead quiet. He's not saying anything. I'm not hearing any encouraging, and that's all we're looking for, a bit of encouragement for some of the bowlers. Oh, picking that up and hammering at the end for 4. 1 bounce, 4 more, dealing in boundaries alone.
It's a process. See, a majority of the shots are going straight down the ground. It's going straight down the ground, but he hasn't moved this long on and long off a bit straighter. They've just been going straight, and he's had them a little wide. Might be a wrong field placement here. He's not bowling either. He's not bowling to his field. With the field placement from skipper Chand is a little off.
Tournaments are all about peaking at the right time. Now there's going to be a couple of teams that are going to be going through to the semis. You're going to be quite concerned about the way that suddenly the Phillies, without Rakeem Cornwall, have peaked at the perfect time. Now, if Rakeem was playing today, Savage would be down the order. He'd probably coming in around about number 7 mark and probably wouldn't get this opportunity. Rakeem Cornwall's not feeling well. He's not going to be used as an impact player. He's going to be resting up until the semis, but gee, this is an exhibition. So suddenly they've found someone else who can just belt the ball all over the place. Partnership now 92.
Has he found the gap again? No, not on that occasion. A bit of pace given off from Rim Reefer. It's been quite expensive. This over has given 15 so far. Not something that we saw or we see a lot from him. And that man Jimbo not playing today, but cause of concern for the team that is playing against Phillies United tomorrow, because someone like Calvin Savage is open in the innings. If Rakeem Cornwall comes back for the semis, that's going to be a star-studded batting lineup you'll have to worry about.
He said not feeling well, but he's also got that knee problem. I wonder if that's the main concern. 1 ball shy of a drinks break. And that's been smacked away for another boundary. Takes that partnership to 98. 19 runs off that over. 70 for Savage. It has been exactly that. Now, I would think that the California Golden Eagles need a drink. They need to regroup here. Just take a bit of time, have a bit of a chat, and try and get in this game. 10 overs gone, 122 for 1. Drinks it is.
Because that man is on fire right now. Call your friends, tell your friends, we're live on YouTube. Log in.
It's been nothing short of a Calvin Savage masterclass so far. 122 for 1 at the halfway mark of this T20 stage. And Calvin Savage has just been all about him, but Saad Ali as well. 37 from his 22. The highlights of the onslaught from the Phillies United so far. It's all been about Calvin Savage up and over. In the power play, outside of it, he's been getting boundaries off every bowler. Dominic Ricky got a good start until he got cleaned up by Mario Laban. He's been up in that wicket rack so far. But Saad Ali came in at number 3 and said, doesn't matter if Ricky gets out first ball or the 10th ball or even the 20th ball, he'll still be making runs. And at this stage, going at almost more than 10 and over, the California Golden Eagles needed this drinks break to get into a more relaxed stage. Great use of the feet from Calvin Savage and great swings, full extension of the arms. Just see him, he's just playing with these bowlers. Chaitanya Bishnoi comes into the attack, and I'm honored to announce that I'm here with Mr. Nikhil Uttamchandani. Welcome, Nikhil.
Yeah, thank you very much, Aryan Singh. Great to see you across the tournament in the commentary box, outside of it as well. Yeah, need to find a way, the Golden Eagles, to stop this onslaught. That's what it's been. This move to get Calvin Savage up the order, I think it would have been a mere experiment, but the way he's gone about things, 5 maximums and 7 boundaries. You think if Cornwall comes back tomorrow for the semi-finals, you have him and Cornwall at the top. Goodness me. That could be problems for this Golden Eagles team, who they'll likely play. I think it makes it all that sweeter as well that these two teams probably will face off tomorrow. So Savage will have this at the back of his mind. It'll give him confidence going into that game tomorrow.
Yeah, not good stuff for the California Golden Eagles, though. Have been looking all right through this entire tournament, but at this stage, going down with a loss like this, where they're 124 for 1 after 10, it's not that good.
Saad Ali's been really good in the middle overs in terms of his rotation of strike, especially against the spin, but I haven't had to worry about any rotation of strike. I must say the surface is held up really well. This is, remember, the second day we've used this center surface. So I'm advancing. Bit of mind games being played. Remember, we had 3 games here yesterday. I was quite kind of worried about the surface in terms of the slow nature, but also how much spin the slow bowlers would get. It's held together really well.
It's gone up and over. Just a full extension of the arms, a slice of the blade from Saad Ali, and he'll pick up 4 more. Brings up a 6th boundary of the innings. Proceeds to 40, and a 100 partnership comes up for these two. Just rocks on the back foot, and yeah, just a slice of his blade. Just cut that well, cut that away. Cries of catches from skipper and Mukchand, but can't get much. First time we've heard him behind the stump mic.
This has been some partnership. Only 3 overs of the first 10 have gone for less than 10 runs and over. Hamilton and Trump put on 106. These two are putting on 105. I think this one is slightly better just because of the destruction. Like that. Wow, that's been pummeled out the ground. Some huge strikes tonight from Calvin Savage.
Yeah, I wonder what's in. I wonder what he's been eating so far, Calvin Savage. I wonder what they're giving him at the hotel. And them scrambled eggs must have something in it that Calvin Savage is up and going so far. Another maximum is 6th of the evening. 135 for 1 after 11 are the Phillies United. And the introduction of spin has been nothing more than explosive for the Phillies United. Surprise on Mokchand has gone back to a spinner. And look at this partnership, 111 off 54. 66 and 43 for each individual batsman. And these are good signs. Siddiqui giving the ball again, had a very good night last night under the lights, but tonight struggling a bit against an informed Calvin Savage.
Will be 6. It is raining maximums. He can't believe it. The Golden Eagles are stunned.
Just a crunch off the middle of the bat. And like Mikey said, can't hear Mokchand saying nothing now. Can't hear him saying nothing. A heave onto the onside. Again, he's pitching it 2 up. Amazing stroke play from these two batsmen. This brings Saad Ali to 49 now, 1 short. And with that shot, he'll bring up his 50. He'll bring up even more with a boundary. He's pulled that away beautifully, Saad Ali. A shake of the hands, applause from the dressing room. And just a well-composed innings backing up Calvin Savage. It's been nothing short of aggression from this pair.
Right now, 250s on the cards. If these two continue, Saad Ali has just timed the ball unbelievably well in this competition. Right from the very first game, where he got that 69 and won them the game at the United side. Chance. Finally the partnership is broken. It's a good fight back from Siddiqui, but you think the damage is done in a big way.
A good take on the boundary from Kilon Carmichael. Had to place himself very well. Didn't get it off the middle of the bat this time, Saad Ali. He got it a bit more on the toe end, a bit on the bottom end of the bat, as you can see here. Yeah, the sound didn't seem like it got off the middle exactly. And he's picked out the man. That's a good take on the boundary from Kilon Carmichael. Make sure that he's intact. Doesn't touch outside. And there you go, Siddiqui finally gets some results. That's the end of a very good compiled innings though from Saad Ali. He got 53 from it. Phillies United 145 for 2.
Gomel.
Yeah, Rakshat Gomel comes to the crease at 145 for 2. Not much pressure for him at all. Siddiqui's been a bit expensive today. You can see here's the replay of the wicket of Saad Ali. Tried to slog sweep, did not get enough on it, and he picks out Kilon Carmichael out in the deep. And Gomel has no pressure on him.
Really was quite courageous. It's been a courageous over from Siddiqui because he got hit for the 2 boundaries before the wicket and still persisted with a slow and flighted delivery, very full.
Yeah, again, just replaying that wicket. Saad Ali did not get much of it, not much of the meat. Picks out the man out in the deep. Just trying to heave it over. I think he took pace off of it. Siddiqui, a good conclusion to the over. It's 147 for 2 after 12.
Look at the carnage. 121 from 57 between Saad Ali and Calvin Savage. Pace. Lamba's back into the attack. 1 over in the power play, went for 17 runs. Now, how does that wicket affect the way Calvin Savage goes and his tempo?
I think the introduction of Lamba's a good one from Unmukthan, the skipper. He was doing very good with over 8 last night. Was bowling with his spinners exceptionally well, and Lamba had a great end towards the death in particular last night as well. He's heaved it away onto the onside. Calvin Savage, has he picked the man out? Yes, he has. Nothing short. Of course it's gone to Ryan Scott. Of course it's gone to Ryan Scott, the main man on this California Golden Eagles side. And that's the end of a very entertaining innings from that man, Calvin Savage.
How often in this sport of cricket you get one, the second follows quickly? Not only is the partnership broken, they've got both the danger men. You know, can they swing the pendulum back in their favor? They'll be hoping so, but what a knock. A destructive innings from Calvin Savage. He's gone for 78, 147 for 3.
I'm telling you, see live here right there, bro, at Company Stadium, USPL.
Adil Bhatti, captain tonight, plays for Rakim Cornwall, so has a job to do. 2 new batters at the crease. And we want to keep this tempo, this confidence going. I think he's got a touch on it. Yes, he has. It's 2 wickets in 2 balls.
That's the reason the skipper Unmukthan has gone back to Abhimanyu Lamba. He needed a wicket-taking bowler to come today, and Lamba said, I've got my right hand up and I'll do it for you, Skips. A bit of a nothing shot from Adil Bhatti, the skipper. Nikhil just said he had to take a bit more of chance today, had to play a captain's innings. But as you can see, yeah, not much swing on that, held its shape. And yeah, more of a nothing shot from Bhatti. Didn't move his feet or anything. And Lamba strikes 2. 2 for 2, 2 and 2. Abhimanyu Lamba. And it could be a change in momentum now for the Phillies United, as Bhatti's got to go without troubling the scorers. It's 147 for 4 after 12.3.
South African Justin Dill facing a hat-trick delivery. Abhimanyu Lamba trying to turn the tide, change the game. Trying to fit the hat-trick, but what an over this has been against the run of play.
Taking the game into control of Abhimanyu Lamba. You could see right here, the first one, Calvin Savage just heaves it away onto the onside, picks the man Ryan Scott out in the deep. And here again, sort of a nothing shot from Adil Bhatti, the skipper. And it's carried to the other skipper, Unmukthan. It's been very good bowling from Lamba. He's been taking pace off and bowling at the right areas outside off to catch the outside edge. slower onto the wicket to see what it could do. Usually it skids a bit more with pace off the ball. And Lumba's just bowling very good so far. Good comeback from his first over that went for 17 initially.
Wicket maiden, double wicket maiden as well. 147 for 4. Yeah, such an important over. You can see there, right at the bottom of those tall towers, is a double wicket maiden by Abhimanyu Lamba. The 5 overs before that went for 57. And I just wonder if they can use those 2 wickets in quick succession to turn the tide in these next 7. Have a good finish to the innings. Half-hearted appeal.
Half-hearted appeal from the bowler, but Unmuk Chand seemed as if it was Plum was pleading with umpire Brian Kane. Just knocking it around for 1. Rakshit Gomel. A lot of experience for him, having played in the Mumbai circuits alongside some of the big names that we may know, Surya Kumar Yadav, Shardul Thakur. A list with many big names, and Justin Dill as well, yet to get off the mark. And it seems that the California Golden Eagles are getting a bit more confident now. Been good so far from Siddiqui. 1 from 3 balls. It's been coming back very well.
It's a real chance for someone like a Justin Dill to just, I think, prove that they've got a bit more depth than people may think after Cornwall and Saad Ali. Savage's promotion is a huge boost, but let's say they do open with those 2 tomorrow in that semi-final, and maybe they lose a couple early wickets. Who else in that middle order can step up, rise to the occasion?
I think that one came into the right-hander. Was waiting a bit, was very patient there. Rakshit Gomel doesn't have to do much, already been given a good start. Just needs to let the momentum go. He needs to keep the scoreboard ticking.
Full toss. But I think Rifa may not have been able to see something happened there, because he didn't really make an effort for the catch. End of the over. 150 is up. 150 for 4. Seven options used for the Golden Eagles. Hardly found success tonight with the ball, barring Abhimanyu Lamba. Let's go down to Roshni.
Thank you, Nikhil. I'm joined here with Saad Ali from the Phillies United. Scored a nice half century there. What was on your mind when you guys lost Ricky?
Yeah, just Ricky is always a big loss for us, but just management decided for Calvin going to the Open, and Calvin is very well. He's a good all-rounder batsman, and me as well joining for us. So we just decided keep batting very well and perform well.
Now, you had the best seat in the house out there watching Calvin Savage. Both of you guys were going at it. Talk about, the way he was able to come up the order, fill in that gap, and help build, such a good total.
Yeah, just that's a good decision for the management. For Calvin is going up for the batting, and usually we know very well for the Calvin. Me and Calvin play together lot of games, and let's just try for the total is 151, and just decided just try to finish 200.
Okay, so 200 is what you think would be a good total?
Yeah, it's just a good total.
Now, I know, after you departed, you guys lost a couple of wickets. What would be key for the incoming batsmen to build up a good partnership?
Yeah, we decided the tune set for the 200, and now just with our batsman is capable for just reach the 200. Let's see what happens.
Now, I know Rakeem isn't feeling too well. He is one of your impact players, but any message for him?
But just I think so is for the health issue. That's why he's just not playing. I didn't see the message for him. He know very well.
Did he give you any message? I know he wasn't able to come out there and play his natural game because of that.
Yeah, for the local guys, I just sent the one message for the local guys in our team. Just play for the natural game and the simple cricket play.
Well, thank you, Saad.
Thank you.
Thank you, Saad and Roshni. This is interesting from Chan. Double wicket made in the last over from this end. He's been taken out the attack. Abhimanyu Lamba still has 2 overs remaining. Is he thinking back end? I'm surprised, because I thought you want to take as many as possible now. Continue to restrict them. What do you make of that, Mr. Aryan?
Yeah, they do. After looking at the way that Lamba did bowl last night, I do think that Skipper Chand is thinking he'd want to save 2 at the back end. Considering his first bowler, Laban, also has an additional 2. Death bowling on the surface is one that you need your most experienced campaigners to step up towards. And it's been a good over from Bishnoi so far as well, only 4 from his 4.
If you bowl them out, you may not need to go to the death. But Mukchan knows best. What do I know? Bishnoi, this has been a good over. 5 singles. Maybe thinking a change of ends. Regardless, though, they've done well since those 2 wickets to really stem the flow. But because of that carnage, the rate is still above 10s. It's going to be hard for them not to get to 200 from this position with 6 wickets in hand. Dill is capable. 6 from the over, 156 for 4.
Yes, batters. Bowler has the ball. Let's be ready, please. Take a chance.
वो देखेगा इसने को मारो मारो थोड़ा सा तू भी मारो
156 for 4 in 15 overs. Ricky left early, but Savage and Saad strung together a tremendous partnership. Savage back in the hut for 78 of just 36 was a very flamboyant innings. Now Justin Dill can strike the ball cleanly too. That's what he wanted to do over here. Isn't it Mike Hazeman who's alongside me?
I'm still trying to get over that blitz between Savage and Saad Ali. 121 partnership of 57 deliveries. Unbelievable stuff. That has set themselves unbelievably well for this game. I mean, still got 5 overs to go, and they're already on 157. No, you didn't see any of those shots, Calvin Savage.
Siddiqui gets the better of the batter. Rakshit Gomel struggles. The Sui celebration, that works too. Another failure with the bat in hand for Rakshit Gomel.
Siddiqui's got a rung on there and picked up his second wicket. That seemed to be a bit of a weary celebration, actually. Hitting that off stump nice and hard, but Siddiqui's done a fine job throughout this tournament. It's a little bit weary, I think. See, they've been chasing some leather today. Gamal goes for 6. Phillies 157 for 5.
Really, guys. Please come on, quick.
Sunny Patel. Very handy with the bat in hand. After such a good start, Phillies United, they're facing a little bit of a slump.
Yeah, clearly that dew has started to form now, so the towels are being used to try and keep things nice and dry. I said this the other night, and I think it's right these days that the players are so good about keeping a ball fairly dry. Ball management is good from the players. So there was a time where dew used to worry them a lot when they first arrived, but these days not so much. Yeah, they want to make sure they keep the ball in the air and on the dry surfaces rather than run across the grass all the time, but you can't stop that. Just a strong drive along the grass or on the onside, it's going to pick up water. But they are so good at, even if the ball is a bit damp these days, most of them of bowling with it rather than thinking it's like a cake of soap.
Suddenly the runs are coming in singles. 16 overs gone, 160 for 5.
First we go down with 24 on the board, then 145, but then 2 more. 2 runs later, 147, 147, and then 10 runs later, the last one. 5th went with 157 on the board.
You sounded like an auctioneer for the moment. 147, 147.
Sold to you, sir.
Sold we were with the kind of start that was provided, 24 for 1, and then that partnership between Savage and Saad Ali. Chaitanya Bishnoy starts waywardly. More frustration. California Golden Eagles need to recalibrate their line and length, need to come together as a side. They've got a grasp on this game for the moment. Some momentum, but 5 wides is just a gift.
Well, I think they've, to a certain extent, I think they've sort of just resigned to the fact they're going to chasing 200 plus. Just depends on how much past 200. If someone bowls really nicely here, maybe it's going to restrict them to just under that, because I've still got to go at 10 and over to get to that 200 mark, just under 10 and over.
You talked about drying that cricket ball. There are designated shiners of the cricket ball in the side to keep one end rough, to keep the other end shiny. What about the drying of the cricket ball? Are there designated dryers of the cricket ball as well?
Well, there are, because there are certain guys who will actually carry towels. Not everyone have a towel. And the guys who get the ball in their hands in the outfield will actually throw it to the guys normally at mid-off, mid-on region.
That made a good sound as it came off the bat. And don't even bother running. What a shot. Dill has been given the license to go for the big shots here. Run a ball 12 for him.
The other thing is we just have a look at that terrific shot. That's a very good connection from Dill. Getting that one out of the playing arena. Those sixes just keep coming. There's been a truckload of sixes throughout this inning so far. It's been very impressive.
And that ball is very welcome in that dugout.
14 fours and 10 sixes in this innings.
Despite wickets falling suddenly in between as well, they've kept the pressure on. The second run's possible too. It's a wayward throw.
You'll find the bowler will probably, from time to time, also use the towel that the umpire's holding, just to get a bit of extra assistance from time to time. So that's a good ploy. Safely home, no dramas there.
Good calling by Justin Dill. Not good contact this time around, but looks like it'll fall safe. Junaid was trying his best to cover ground, but the ball seems to be ballooning beyond him.
If they continue at this rate, they'll get past that 200 mark comfortably to 210. But you would think, in the effort to try and force as much as they possibly can, they might lose a wicket or two here, which might just pick it back a little bit. But anything past 180, past 200 certainly is just a magnificent performance. It really is. In a 20-over game, brilliant. 175 now.
He made his mind up, and that sort of activated the fielder inside the circle at short fine leg. Chaitanya Vishnu has never been this expensive. Never.
5 wides helped this over down that leg side with the first ball, then the 6 off the third ball. Suddenly there's 16 runs off this over with still 1 ball to go.
A dot ball is a sigh of relief for Chaitanya and Unmukh Chand. 176 for 5.
Change here, Sonny, right on, coming over.
176 for 5 in 17 overs.
13th over was clearly a big wicket to the California Golden Eagles, where they picked up 2 wickets and didn't score any runs off it at all. They're under pressure with the time clock. They need to get on with it a bit, otherwise they're going to miss a fielder outside that circle in the last over.
That is some striking of the cricket ball. Sunny Patel this time joins the party.
That's a great shot. That really is a terrific shot. He's playing really nicely, Sunny Patel. Some good strikes. Partnership now 23 for 11 deliveries. So these are really important boundaries at this stage. You might think, yeah, okay, the time clock, but surely all these balls that are disappearing all over the place, that's going to affect things. No, the umpires take that into consideration also. In fact, if anything, the umpires are more lenient. They do try and help the fielding side wherever they can.
This was an easier option for Sunny Patel to put away, and that's exactly why he is muttering under his breath. Lavan knew that he has messed up this delivery, missed his mark completely. Perhaps should have been an easy option for Sunny Patel to put away.
180 for 5 now.
This game can accommodate quiet singles as well, just in between, peppering those.
I always, whenever I'm commentating, 180 comes on the board, always say it like that. It's a darts inflection, or darts, I should say, inflection. One of my former captains and one of my great friends, David Hooks, the late David Hooks, when he was commentating, always just say it like that. And of course, he's passed away a long time ago. But I say it as a little bit of a tribute to the late David Hooks.
That is clean striking once again. The moment he left the bat, Justin Dill knew that it was going to be 6. He started the walk towards the partner for some glove love.
See, this is quite amazing. They're all just teeing off these guys. That can happen when you have guys like Savage and Saad play like they did, particularly Savage. that incentivises the others to also, once they get out there, head of the game in the run rate when they arrive, so they are free to do the same again, so they can express themselves and play like this.
We'll stick with a single. Interestingly, the full tosses have given the least runs away in this over.
$12 off the over and 12 away from 200.
That was crisply struck, but Loban and his big bucket-like hand in the middle of it ensured it's not a run. 188 for 5 in 18.
I think if I... I think if I was Calvin Savage, I'd also just be sitting back as though I was at a barbecue or something, just having a nice relaxing beverage, shorts and t-shirt on, enjoying the beautiful weather at the moment in Lauderhill, Florida, USA. Just about 35 minutes away from Miami Beach, up the road. And very close to Fort Lauderdale as well. We've showed Fort Lauderdale a couple of times and the distance and some of those drone shots during the daytime.
There's Calvin Savage suggesting that the ball's actually skidding on the surface, yet he was able to play an unbelievable inning, 78 at 36.
I don't think he was saying that. I think what he was saying is that it was skidding and also keeping low. But he said, gee, I played so well that I just smashed everything. I wasn't getting anything consistent at all. There was no pace in the track. I had to do all the work myself. It was like a minefield out there.
It's time to relax, but only a little bit, because the game's just half done. Lamba has been very impressive today. Started off with a slower delivery outside off, now changes his length.
Yeah, see that? See that? One ball kept low and the next ball bounced. I just don't know how I combated his bowling because it was so good.
Add that to your resume, Mr. Hisman. Lip reading. Now the semi-final, the 20th November, 10 a.m. local time. That was the semi-final 1. Then the semi-final 2. Not in control. What's happening with the full tosses not being put away? Good sound as it came off the bat, but the wrist protection in the deep. What a good throw that is. It's got a very strong arm. I think it was Saif Badr. #20th November Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Lock your calendars. That semi-final 1 of USPL Season 2. Then the second semi-final on the same day at 4 p.m. in the grand finale on the 21st of November, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow, unbelievable this. Can somebody read the length so early, stand up tall and smash it like that inside out? Supposed to be difficult.
They probably were thinking, gee, we need to actually step on the gas here. There's only been 3 runs off this over so far. We've got 2 balls to go. Need to hit a boundary. So I will. And they did. So they've still got 1 ball to go. Might be able to get a couple of runs with a bit of luck from their perspective. Also double up and get another boundary, which will take it to 11 off the over.
Slower delivery. Just went ahead with a swivel and picked up a single, Sunny. 19 overs gone, 196 for 5. .196 for 5. After losing Ricky early, Savage and Saad were the ones who built a brilliant partnership. And Sunny Patel, Dill, and in between it was Arakshit, were all benefiting from it. A good start.
I think Chand has got to play really well here. If they'll have any chance whatsoever, I think it boils down a lot to the keeper, the captain, Chand, because we haven't seen anything near what he can do in this tournament so far.
I think they're checking if there were 2 runs taken or the batter was inches short of taking a run in a hurry to turn for the second. Two runs. How many this time? This time it's taken. Chaitanya Vishnoi doesn't make a mistake. And Sunny Patel has still provided the impetus required. And in the final over, Perish.
Yeah, when you've got a total like this at the start, you just want to try and pick up as many runs as you possibly can. Get past that 200 mark. Low full toss, getting underneath that. And quite comfortably underneath that was Chaitanya, who took that catch quite comfortably. So Patel goes 198 for 6.
Kwame comes out and almost gets out. Loban keeping it simple despite the batter's antics.
This is Laban picking up his second for the night. Comfortable catch, easily swallowed. Still a couple of runs shy of that 200 mark.
He's got to settle for a single. Saif Badr has been almost everywhere. And his throws, they're getting stronger.
So 2 balls left in this innings. One stage they were looking at around about the 240 mark. That's how well the likes of Savage was going at the start, and also Saad. Now it looks like they're just going to sneak past that 200.
Justin Dill has connected, and that's landing in Miami. 200 comes up for Phillies United and in superb style.
That's another massive 6. 12 sixes and 16 fours now in this innings. That is quite remarkable. It's a lot of runs and boundaries.
Every time they've gone length, the bowlers of California Golden Eagles have seen the ball fly higher than the Eagles. 9 runs on a wicket so far. It's taken 35 deliveries to get this 4th 50 to complete the 200. The quickest one came even after losing Ricky early. That's because Calvin Savage and Saad Ali put together an exhibition of batting. Final delivery. That is if this is legitimate. Slower one. Crunch straight to long off. They want to come back for the second. The second slight stretch, but not if the throw is that wide. It had to be tamed by Unmukh Chand, the keeper. Phillies finished 207 on the board. It is a mammoth total indeed, and they've done it without Rakeem Cornwall in the side.
That makes things very difficult for the California Golden Eagles. Their class batsmen have got to make sure they get a lot of runs, and they're going to have to get them very quickly because these the run rate overall was 10.35, and that is some going. That was slammed to long off, scrambling back, touch and turn, safely home. Great total, really good total, really impressive stuff. It's bound to make sure that that California Golden Eagles change room is as quiet as they were in the field throughout those entire 20 overs.
Ricky left early, but Saad and Savage, 2 men who played a lot of cricket with each other in Chicagoland, put together a partnership of great use. 78 of 36 for Savage. Saad finished 53 of just 29. Bhatti couldn't contribute, but Dill and Sunny provided a good finish. 207 for 6.
7 fours and 6 sixes for Savage. A strike rate of 217. That partnership, by the way. 121 of just 57 balls. That is absolutely sensational. Really good. 41 between Sunny and Dill of 24. That was also impressive. A couple of really good partnerships got them to that great total.
More than half the side was bowling, but they were running out of options in that first partnership, that first big partnership between Saad and Savage. Laban finishes in his 4 overs with 2 wickets, but slightly higher economy for his stature. Lamba finishes with 2 as well. Siddiqui picks up 2 also, but others going not just wicketless but going for a lot of runs. Gaurav was stopped after he was given a couple of overs. So the California Golden Eagles, they need 208 from their allotted 20. Can they get there? We'll find out in just a few moments' notice.
I know you've missed us, we've missed you too, but don't worry, we're back. It's match 21, the final group stage game of the United States Premier League, live from the Broward County Stadium in Florida. The Carolina Golden Eagles are taking on the Phillies United side. If you missed it, well, you really missed out on an entertaining innings started by Calvin Savage, who was destroying the bowling after Ricky was dismissed. Saad Ali came in, the left-hander, and played a few strokes before he got in on the act as well. This partnership was something else though between these two. Savage with those long levers continuously powered the ball down the ground. Partnership of 121 from 56 deliveries. Both were able to hit maximums. That was the key thing, the sixes. I think what separated them. And even though there was a stutter in the middle, because of this surge from Ali and Savage, it meant that they were in such a good position they would get to 200. A 6 and then 4 to get to 50, and then eventually held out onto that deep mid-wicket boundary. Savage soon fell later on in the next over, but so a couple quick wickets from Lamba and then Junaid Siddiqui again. Justin Dill's impact allowed them to get over that 200 mark and post a formidable 207 for 6 in the 20 overs. Last couple of wickets to fall. Dill with his 6 hitting was impressive, finished on 32. Aryan Singh is alongside me. Aryan, what did you make of that innings, which can impact this? The Golden Eagles and the United side most likely will finish 2 and 3, which means they'll battle tomorrow in that semi-final 2.
It was amazing batting performance from the Phillies United, but a good comeback towards the end by the California Golden Eagles. 207, a good score on this type of a track. Again, the points table, as you can see, the winner of this matchup goes to the top of the table. The Phillies United really did do everything they could have, putting up a good score and now needing to defend it to ensure a first semi-final between them and the New York Cowboys. You can see here the playoff tree. The winner of today's matchup will play the New York Cowboys tomorrow in the first semi-final. And position 2 and 3 will play in the second semi-final tomorrow. The winner of those plays in the grand finale on the 21st. But before we start the second innings, let's see the man that was in control, Calvin Savage. It was all about him tonight. Promoted up the order for the first time as opening proceedings. And was just swinging those long levers, destructive with the ball, but also destructive with the bat today. Not only playing it up and over, but placing the gaps as well. Good use of the feet as well from him. 7 4s, 6 6s. Majority of his runs dealing at boundaries. And he wasn't leaving anyone to spare Calvin Savage.
The amazing thing about that innings, all 6 of the maximums were over long on. So strong area for him. These two teams will meet in that semi-final 2 tomorrow at 4 p.m. local time. The Dallas Cowboys and the New Jersey Titans will play in the morning, and then the finals the day after. And all 4 of these teams will desperately want to be in that grand finale. Time for the run chase then. It was a miserable collapse a night ago for these Golden Eagles side. Yes, they got over the line in the end, but they lost 4 wickets in the power play. On that occasion, they were only chasing 112. Tonight, they chased 207, so they can't afford a start anywhere close to similar than that. Unmuch Chan has struggled in this competition. He'll be hoping that this will be a change for him.
And his non-striker over there, Ryan Scott, hasn't been in the best of form either in this tournament. 4 matches, 25 runs. Last night had a decent start, 4-6, but then threw his wicket courtesy of a beauty from Shiva Sanka. And Stephen Wigg, of course, the man with a new ball. I said it once with Andrew, I think he's one of the best left-arm pacers in the mid-Atlantic zone in the senior level. Been very good with a new ball this entire tournament, Stephen Wigg. He's been the strike bowler for this Phillies United team. Steams in real good, gets some good swing with a new ball. Here we go, here's the start of the chase. And first runs for the California Golden Eagles, courtesy of soft hands from Unmuch Chand. Gets off the mark as well there, Chand.
Yeah, Stephen Wigg has been massively impressive in this tournament. The economy has been less than 6 and over. And don't just judge that by the numbers itself. You look deeper than that. The last 2 games, 6 of the 8 overs he's bowled has been in the power play, the toughest time to bowl. 1 for 17 in 3 overs yesterday in the power play. Game before that was none for 17 in 3. If he can keep and contain the Golden Eagles early, he'll go a long way in this defense, whether he gets the wicket or not.
Wigg's been real good. Best figures against the New York Cowboys. Almost on a hat trick there. Picked up 3 wickets, 3 important wickets. And Wigg needs to get a good start here tonight. A good total on the board. Ryan Scott up to face his first ball. Full extension of the arms. There is a sweeper though. So only get 1 Scott off the mark. And just testing the reach of Ryan Scott as well. Has been getting many runs, so might be looking to play a good innings here before a knockout game tomorrow. Alongside his skipper on Mukchan.
Last night he was caught it off. Trying to go down the ground over the infield. He really times the ball well. When he hits it, can go a long way if he gets it right. Yeah, look for this from Wigg, because he's so deceptive with this angle and getting the ball to come back into the right-hander. Looks for lateral movement early and then uses the seam.
Yeah, just a big drive there, big gap between bat and pad from Chan. Oh, and Stephen Wigg can't believe that didn't hit the stumps. Surprised Timber hasn't fall. But a good start so far from Wigg. He's hitting the right areas on this pitch.
Just straying a bit too much on that leg side. Just a couple runs.
Yeah, first signs of aggression from Chan. Just works it over towards the onside. And I'll really be looking to playing a captain's knock today on Mukchan. Big game tomorrow, knockout game tomorrow. He's been in those games in the first year of USPL last year, represented the New Jersey Titans.
Trademark on Mukchan.
A glorious stroke through covers from Mukchan. A bit too much on the up from Stephen Wigg. We don't see that a lot from a man of his caliber. But Chan, with all that experience in India as well as here in the United States, just up and over, and that's a beautiful stroke. Covers can't get to that on a full extension right there from Chan. We see when he drives the ball, he drives it very hard with a full swing. And with the pace of Stephen Wigg, that will go all the way to the boundary.
This intent to score, this need to score may be exactly what both these batters need, who have been short on runs. Got nothing to lose, they're already through, 9 for none.
Same view, boys.
Adil Bhatti is captain tonight and has opened the bowling throughout the tournament. Pretty much bowled only 1 in the power play. See how that packs his bowling tonight, his leadership that is. Similar to Wigg though, can get the ball to swing, move around laterally. Haven't seen this ball swing too much after the first 3 overs, so they'll want to make use of this.
Yeah, Nikhil, we saw a lot of Calvin Savage, Justin Dill opening proceedings in the first couple of games for Philly, but the skipper Bhatti has been bowling himself a bit more often towards the back end of the group stage games today, giving the opportunity to captain this side. Unfortunate for him with batting today, couldn't get off the mark, gone for a golden duck today, but looking to do much more, getting that win and bowling good today. That's his goal. A lot of width from Adil Bhatti, but Chan has picked the man out at deep point. A nice setup from the skipper, and Chan can't believe it. He's got to go for yet another disappointing innings in this USPL.
It's really been a tough campaign for Unmuk Chan, and that man was positioned that deep cover because of that front foot cover drive. He plays so well, but a bit of width, probably not the best delivery from Bhatti, but it actually works to Chan's peril. His strength works as his weakness today. Gone for 8. It's 9 for 1.
Disappointing start for the California Golden Eagles, but they keep the same 3 that they had last night. Chaitanya Bishnoi comes at 3 and takes a quick single, challenging mid-off, but a hit there could have had him in some trouble in the queue.
Homie pat on it was at mid-off. I think he would have been safe in the end. Yeah, Wells home, so good intent from Bishnoi. I was making the point in the last over. I wonder if someone like Ryan Scott can benefit from this situation, because let's be honest, 207 is a mountain for the Golden Eagles batting lineup that has struggled all tournament. And he's been low on runs. I wonder if he can use this with nothing to lose. Hold on a minute. This has gone high. Oh, I think Justin Dill made a mess of it in the end. I hope he's okay, because he's very important to this bowling attack.
Yeah, fell a little short, I think, of Justin Dill. Didn't get enough bat on that. Didn't get the meat of the blade there from Ryan Scott. I think it was a premeditated stroke coming down the track, looking to heave it over onto the onside. A shot that we've seen a lot from him in the domestic circuits. And you can see there Ryan Scott doesn't get it from the middle at all. Gets it a bit on the up. And yeah, he did get ground to that, but unfortunately couldn't hang on. Couldn't hang on there, Justin Dill, yep. Just working away for 1 there, Ryan Scott. Needs to get some runs today. Bishnoi as well. Been looking really good in terms of bowling the California Golden Eagles, except for this game, but the batting hasn't been clicking at all. And yet, just a replay of that Justin Dill drop. Ryan Scott didn't get much on that. A good amount of ground covered from Justin Dill, but couldn't really hang on.
Will be a boundary. 17 for 1 after 2. These two teams likely will meet tomorrow. But look at the playoff schedule last night of the preliminary fixtures. So tomorrow morning begins the semi-final 1. Dallas Cowboys will be involved, likely the Titans. Then semi-final 2, these two teams, and then the finals on Tuesday at 10 a.m. And then, of course, 8:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Join us tomorrow morning, or tomorrow night if you're in India, 8:30 p.m. for that semi-final one. Look forward to having your company. Stephen Wake into the attack, or continuing, correction. It was mid-off. Just wide of him. Oh, this could be trouble here. Oh, the throw. If the throw was better, Bishnoi was in some trouble.
Yeah, Kwame Patel Jr., the under 21 for this Phillies United side, did a good job making ground. But the throw was not there. A better throw could have resulted in the wicket of Chaitanya Bishnoi. And a heave onto the onside. Ryan Scott, that's his trademark shot. Full extension of the arms, and he pulls it away for his first maximum of the night.
I was trying to make the point earlier that for someone that's been short on runs and as aggressive as Ryan Scott is, the fact that they're through, don't necessarily have to win this game and have a big total. I wonder if this situation really benefits him and allows him to find that touch again, or find that power again. Muscled into that leg side. Really relish batting in this power play if he can get them off to a start. This could be their chance to chase him. He could be the man. And then you let guys like Saif Badar, Raymond Rifa bat around him. Bishnoi, who's at the crease. Wig will come back hard. Look out for that scramble seam delivery as well from Stephen Wig. He works on it. Something he's added to his arsenal recently. And once the ball stops swinging, he then tries to hit a good length and then use that scramble seam to get the ball to jag back in sharply.
It's been a good comeback so far from Stephen Wig. Again, the strike bowler for this Phillies United side. It's been a good stint from him so far. You can see Ryan Scott looking into hitting mode. Similar shot, heaving it onto the onside on the ground this time. Only get a single. Gives the strike back to Chaitanya Bishnoi. And that's the California Golden Eagles dugout right there. You can see Raymond Reefer, Tej Patel, Varun Samaru, Mario Laban all over there. And they'll be hoping that they can get this chase done and dusted with. But more importantly, figure out a plan for what they want to do tomorrow in a big semifinal matchup.
Single to end the over, 10 from it, 27 for 1.
$27 for 1 after 3. Arobati back into bowling proceedings. He picked up the wicket of Unmuk Chand in the previous over that he'd bowled, conceding 8 runs only. Hirain Patel behind the stumps. Hadn't seen a majority of him until last game. A good-looking technical stroke from Bishnoi to begin with, but hitting it straight to the man at short covers.
Yeah, we just saw Raheem Cornwall there. I'm interested to see how this bowling attack adapts without him. He's been the leading wicket taker with 6 wickets in the couple of matches he's played for them. But we've only really seen 2 genuine spin options, Cornwall and Sunny Patel, the leg spinner. Do they have someone else, maybe Chintan Patel, Kwame Patton, who can bowl some more spin if they get into a scenario tomorrow in the semi-final where the surface is a bit more conducive for the slower bowlers?
Just slap that straight down the ground. Chaitanya Bishnoi hasn't got much. I think Butty's taking some pace off and they'll scramble around for 2. Kwame Patton again, that is. But Nikhil, regarding that spin attack, I think they'll give a chance to young Aman Patel, number 8, getting his first game today. Hails from Edison, New Jersey. Played for the US Under-19 team as well. Might see him in action as well, right arm leg spinner.
It's a luxury of winning as well. You can experiment when you win early and you qualify for those semi-finals. Oh, that could be very tight. Derek hit will have a look upstairs. Bishnoi's been involved in some close calls in this tournament. He looks concerned.
A very good piece of fielding from the young under-21 Kwame Patton Jr. Hails from that tri-state region here in the United States. That's a very good piece of fielding from him. Bishnoi gets it on the up, called for 1 as soon as he hit it. And we'll have to see if he's in some trouble. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone, gone, gone. As I said before, gone like a little kid's Halloween candy on November 2nd. Bishnoi's got to go back. A great piece of fielding and momentum back on Philly United's side. And Kwame Patton, a little smile would be appreciated. That's a great piece of fielding. Bishnoi's got to go for yet another disappointing innings. 29 for 2 for the California Golden Eagles.
Saif Badar, he was the hero a night ago. And what was a game that guaranteed qualification with that half century. 50 for 6 at one stage, chasing 112. And they're in similar trouble tonight, chasing 207. Excellent piece of fielding, great energy by this Philly United team. Wow, just the sound alone indicated how far it would travel.
Come and collected is the left-handed destructive opening batsman Ryan Scott. Just taking it away once again, his second maximum of the innings, and yeah, bang, similar. It's hitting straight to the builders.
Hit the ball so hard they've had to change it, but this was the wicket. And just look at the fielding. This is what you want in terms of, yes, you're already through. You want that intensity though in the field. It's a habit. And Kwame Patton hasn't had much to do with bat in this tournament. And that's fantastic. And Bishnoi was running to the danger end. It was his call. Didn't get there and they knew straight away.
Yeah, the umpire's gonna have another look at this ball. 35 for 2 California Golden Eagles. Haven't used their impact player yet either. And we'll take a look at these other 2 wickets. You haven't used the impact player yet. Have someone like Yasser Kaleem. might be used as the impact player. The other three substitutes more on bowling.
Well, this is good news for the Phillies United side because I haven't seen this ball swing at all. And also when it's been Brian Scott, time to get it.
You can hear a bit of fun banter from Adil Bhatti and Ryan Scott. It's a new ball, bruv. I know what you're trying to do, says Ryan Scott. He's been batting very beautifully so far. I hope I haven't casted a commentator's curse when I say that. He's been looking in full control of this innings. Straight drive that beats. Does not beat Kwame Patan Jr. That's again an amazing piece of fielding from him. As that concludes the fourth over from Bhatti. Picked up a wicket. .35 for 2 after 4. And they'll check a replay on this. Surprised not to be back in the youngster here, Kwame Patan Jr. That's good. It's 37 runs. That'll conclude another good over from Bhatti. It's 37 for 2 after 4.
Yeah, we're 4 overs in, and you pretty much have to say the advantage is in the Philly United team because they've taken 2 wickets and they've also got 207 runs on the board. So anything less than 10 and over, it's a minor victory. We've seen 2 options. We'll see the third now in Justin Dill. 2 overs for Wig, touch on the expensive side. 2 for Bhatti.
Just looking to rotate the strike around save. But Aries, he just gets off the mark. It's been looking very good for the Phillies United so far. Justin Dill, now he's got something to prove here tonight. He's been given the ball inside of the power play. Usually opens the bowling in the domestic circuits in the United States. Represented the South African under-19 side, which won the 2014 World Cup down in the United Arab Emirates. A load of experience for him.
How old were you then, Aryan?
Good question, Nikhil. I think I was 11, but it's a good shot from Ryan Scott though. Hit it straight to Aman Patel out in the deep. Controlled bowling from Justin Dill. One thing we've seen from him this entire tournament, depth bowling options. Bowling cutters, Yorkers, wide Yorkers, slower ones, pace off the ball. It's what makes him such a good bowler in this T20 format. Something we saw with Abimanyu Lamba earlier in the innings, also saw it from him last night. Running it again on Kwame Patan Jr., which is pretty interesting, considering the fact that he just produced a brilliant run out to dismiss Chaitanya Bishnoi. You're just taking a look at this one more time from the youngster Kwame Patan Jr. And Kwame, if you post this on your Instagram story, please tag me. A nice direct hit. Advancing down the track. Flash, flash, 100-yard dash, says Ryan Scott. A big shot to get another maximum, his third of the night.
There's one adjective to describe this, and it's monstrous. And just hold the pose, Ryan Scott. He's similar to Calvin Savage, has the ability a lot. He likes to advance down the track, get momentum in those hits as well. I wanted to beat that third fielder in the circle. Some of these strikes though, my oh my. They're just traveling. Last night was the same before he was dismissed. A huge hit over mid-wicket. Yeah, they're gonna need to get him out. Maybe Calvin Savage from the other end. One over in this power play. Maybe want experience to close it out. Try to prize out this wicket. Still after the maximum, it's only gone for 9. If he can close out here, they'll take that. They've got runs to play with.
Yeah, you can hear him saying something I don't think I'm allowed to say on comms because he just missed out on a boundary there, Ryan Scott. That concludes the 5th. 46 for 2 after 5.
California Golden Eagles. Just a little bit of a recovery, not much. But one thing they're doing well is that they're hovering around the required rate. And so Hasvedal, joined by Michael Hazeman. Sunny Patel's been introduced, Mike.
So Haas, nice to join you again. Yeah, it's quite an interesting situation. 55 plays 46. Golden Eagles have lost 2 wickets compared to the Phillies United only losing 1 at this stage. But I've liked the way that Scott's gone about things, that's for sure. He's obviously the man that's going to be looking to be the big aggressor and try and step on the gas here and try and do something, because they're literally going to have to do something quite special, even though they're matching it at the moment. Chund missed out again tonight. He hasn't scored runs throughout the tournament, actually. It's been a disappointing tournament for him so far. Of course, he's going to be fronting up in one of the semis tomorrow. We don't know which one at this stage. And maybe he comes right, but he has looked down in confidence. Hasn't been hitting the ball well, hasn't got starts. That's the big problem for him. 1 ball now into the 6th over. 47 for 2 it is. They need to go at 11 runs and over from here. Currently going at 9.1 though, so it's not too much of a difference. Scott on strike. Hammer just
160 from 88. With Unmukt and Chaitanya back in the hut for 8 apiece. Similar scores those, 8 or 7. It had to be Scott to assume responsibility up top.
It's a bowling attack here with their tails up though. They know that these guys are going to have to take risks. Sunny Patel knows that, and as a wrist spinner just coming into the attack, he knows they're going to have to look to launch him, and that'll provide an opportunity. They can't just push him around. That's something that's really important. You're going to have to try and get some boundaries, and 3 singles in 4 balls is going to make sure that things slow down a little bit in that run rate they've got, but it's going to escalate the rate required. So they're going to have to take him on, and when they do that, can provide opportunities, even though we've got 2 balls left to go before the power play's done.
It's a good ploy from Sunny. Knows that Scott will go after it. They're tempting Scott at this stage to go for the big shot, which he will. But some of the deliveries have been tempting.
There is a 6-over block done. So the power play has been completed. 50 for 2.
Scott is 30 of 17. He's the one who's got the momentum. Badr has just joined him, 4 of 5.
There's the umpire's signal letting us know that that power play is finished. And Dill has just bowled the 1 over so far. 9 off his first, so he got a little bit of tap. Scott was responsible for that.
Dill was good the last time he bowled. Figures out the length quite early. I'm very surprised at the amount of cricket that they've been playing on this surface. The surface has played well in return. 200 being posted in the 3rd game, first innings. Just a couple of nights ago, we saw again a run fest of the 3rd game. That is why Scott is special. Hand-eye coordination at its best.
Just have a look at the way he gets right on his toes. It's quite a swing, but look at his toe. Really nice delivery from this over. Goes for 4. He knew exactly where he wanted to hit that. Identified it straight away. Presumed the length was going to be there, so he predetermined what Dill was going to do.
Good slower delivery from Justin Dill. He's got more protection in the deep now that the first power play has ended. Despite that, Scott started with a boundary. It's important for Dill not to play catch-up cricket here on to get some momentum. It's important for him to assert.
Just a little bit of a game break going on at the moment. At the same stage, Phillies United was 78 for 1. So they suddenly had a couple of big overs. So they're 24 runs ahead at the same stage. So that needs catching up because there wasn't much give at the end. They got past that 200 mark quite comfortably.
A very wide long off for Scott. Long on's fairly straighter. And no timing on this one.
One of the players that's got to come to the party, of course, for the rest of this game is the rest of this tournament is Unmuk Chand. He has not played well at all. It's been disappointing from him. He's such a wonderful cricketer.
Was at an impressionable age, growing up, still falling in love with cricket. Unmuk Chand's knock versus the Aussies in the under-19 finale. That century was one of the best that I've ever seen. India could have been helped with a century today as well against the Aussies.
Yeah, he needs to play better. He needs to get more runs. This is what he's done so far. Swiping that one across the line. This is the dismissals throughout this tournament. Up when that finger, he wasn't particularly happy, but I think that was out. That was certainly out. Smacking that off stump. Good delivery it was. And that was a catch. So overall, his numbers have been pretty poor. He knows that as well. The way he walking off with the, or the way he was walking off, carrying the bat like he did. Hasn't got going at all. And the big games start tomorrow. 41 runs in 4 games. Best 16 only.
That will be 4. Good work from Scott. Goes at it with hard hands. Not perhaps the region he wanted, but still fine enough.
Yeah, Scott continues. Since he's arrived at the crease, he's been looking to play shots straight away. 3 6s and 2 4s in this 39, this breezy 39 at the moment.
I think it's there. Shot, not just the intention, not the proper shot, not the region he wanted.
Just back on Chand. I think what he's got to do is just take a little bit more time, just settle in a bit more on these surfaces. The surfaces are good, they're good batting surfaces. We've seen that. Take a bit more time, settle in. He's such a good player, he can play catch up if he takes a little bit of extra time, but he needs to set a stall out and set himself a base so he's got something to work from, because he needs to come to the party.
Much like Scott Edwards has today. Single to end the over with would be Scott on strike in the next one. 7 gone, 61 for 2. California Golden Eagles. Support pouring in for them. The owners of California Golden Eagles. The batter is expecting it, playing it slower than the batter is expecting it to. Gutsy indeed. Oh, he came wide of the crease, but this had a lovely crack on the bat as well. There isn't a bat swing in today's game that gives me more unbridled joy than Scott Edwards. And Ryan Scott too.
That is just extraordinary. That is flat. That is a screamed away. Not even Travis Head.
Now you're making me think. Travis Head after today, yes. But it's difficult to get this away for 6. Ryan Scott's not allowed to do this. It's difficult to get the elevation, yes, especially when there is a man inside the circle lurking in that direction. How did he get the elevation? Scott is conjuring up an innings at this stage. 46 or just 24. And at the moment, California Golden Eagles, they need Scott from both ends.
That ball is getting nice and wet as well, which makes it even more difficult for spinner Sunny Patel. But that was quite a remarkable shot, it really was. 46 now off 24 deliveries for Scott.
And he's a good runner between the wickets as well. He'll continue to apply pressure. I don't think it was the best of throws. Direct hit could have been tighter.
But it certainly wasn't.
He was on the back foot. It was a very quick delivery. A tap and run still achieved.
So the players working on the ball now to keep it dry as best they possibly can. What happens when the ball gets a little bit on the damp side is that suddenly it doesn't spin anymore. It just tends to skid.
Yeah, the owners of Phillies United. The final one to give us a wave is Mr. Rahul Sharma. Very good delivery.
Two's the call. She'll be able to get 11. No, 10 it is. Round number off that over. 8 gone, 71 for 2.
$71 for 2 in 8 stage. California because he's United. and of course someone representing the owner as well. We have Mr. Rahul Sharma, Complete Cricket Connoisseur, Mr. Keval Patel as well. He has run in very successful cricket franchises before. In fact, the captain of Phillies United is someone who's well versed with the style of Mr. Keval and the way he runs the franchise. It's just natural that Phillies United became his next thing on the portfolio. A single seems to be so effective if Badr takes it at this stage, because Scott is going great guns. 49 at just 26 balls. Innings that's worth its weight in gold after captain Unmukt and the blistering start giver Chaitanya. Both of them departed for 8 of 7 balls.
Patel has just arrived at the crease. Just a single off the first towards the swing.
That's half century. That's half century for Scott Edwards. No, Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott, 53 or just 27. I just love the way he bats. What I love about him the most is that he's unfazed by anything that's been thrown at him. Beautiful shot. Again, he picked the area. Spin, pace, doesn't really matter. Someone who reads length early, we've talked about it. And the fact that he plays so late. Brian was in the line of fire, actually. Umpire Brian. Scott, did he have distance this time? Oh, plenty of it. Plenty of distance for Ryan Scott.
There was a forlorn call of catch from the keeper. And then he suddenly realized there was no chance whatsoever as that was launched beautifully. It's been a top-class performance, this. From the vice-captain, he's playing absolutely superbly. 59 now of 28 deliveries. Strike rate of 210. Just 7 dot balls so far. Swiping that one on the onside. Just one, though.
Of this over. Ryan Scott. Oh, good work. Had it gone past him, at least a couple of runs would have been added. If not, a boundary. Marshall it was on that occasion. Just love the way they've dealt with the entire over, Mike. 4, 6 and then singles here and there.
Not so long ago, there was about a 22-run break at the same stage. Now it's only about 16 runs. Just at the 100 mark were Phillies United. That's how well Scott has played. The quick runs he scored at the moment is getting him closer.
One way or the other, he's able to achieve the single that he needed to be on strike. 2 wickets down after 9 overs, 85 on the board.
High, very high. Oh, he's hit that high, very high indeed. Is someone underneath that? I don't think so. Think that's gone all the way? Yes, it has. Gonna have to jump that fence to retrieve that ball. Terrific stuff from Scott.
He's just keeping the traditions alive. He's just keeping the traditions alive over the fence. 6 more for Ryan Scott. And the sixes are getting bigger. 6 hitting as an art is getting easier. It's been a Scott-free innings for Ryan Scott.
That's 6, number 6 for Ryan Scott. Brilliant work, really is really impressive.
Just love the way cricket's a level, I'll tell you why.
Clever bowling, the wrong one from wide of the crease. Clever stuff from Sunny Patel.
Ryan Scott there, because he missed the hoik, was trying to play the lap. This time, connects and connects big. No, he doesn't. Taken. This is what they were waiting for. Sunny Patel bowling slower and slower as the over progressed. Ryan Scott is dismissed. Eagles are under attack.
Yeah, that was pretty good stuff from Sunny Patel, because there was a wrong in there as well. He was floating the ball a bit more. He understood that Ryan Scott had to keep presented. It would be an opportunity presented. It was, but it was the end of an entertaining knock, that's for sure. 67 of 32 deliveries, 3 fours and 6 sixes to Scott. Really good work. And now the Eagles 91 for 2. And drinks.
The New Jersey Titans played 6, won 3. Despite losing today, they hold on to their top spot. And they are happy to see the Q alongside their name. So are Phillies United and California Golden Eagles, who are clashing right now against each other. This might be a run, dry run, before the bigger games. The 4th and the last semi-final spot, it is for the New York Cowboys. Playoffs and finale, semi-final 1, 20th November, 10 a.m. local time and 8:30 p.m. if you're watching it from India. Semi-final 2 the same day at 4 p.m. EST, that's local time. This is the time for Phillies United to capitalize. They picked up a wicket. Momentum's with them. Raymond Reefer not amongst the runs. Best of 21. Something that he can get in just 4 strikes. Such a good cricketer, Raymond Reefer. There isn't a better time for him to come good as well in USPL. An easy single to finish the 10th over. At the halfway stage, the Eagles are 94 for 3.
What an innings from Ryan Scott. Fortunately though, for the Golden Eagles, he's gone. 2 very experienced players are at the crease though. And a young up-and-coming budding cricketer in the commentary box, Aryan Singh.
What an introduction, Nikhil. Thank you. Seen a good piece of cricket so far at the halfway mark. California Golden Eagles 95 for 3, and Calvin Savage being brought in for the first time today. A very good start with the ball for him tonight. I'd like to replicate that with the ball. Hasn't been going well with the ball so far. Only 1 wicket this entire tournament. C might have taken some pace off on that again. We've seen that a lot from Pacers this tournament. Pace off, cutters. Been using it a lot in this tournament.
Really, I'm quite surprised that we're seeing Savage so late. I don't think this is where he'll bowl in the semi-final. I really believe that this has been a chance to experiment. He's been important for them. We saw him with the bat tonight, but he's also been an important option with ball. Change of pace. Reefer's dangerous. We saw already Saif Badar in this tournament, but Reefer can play a similar type innings to what we saw from Ryan Scott. This is a man that's dominated the CPL in the past. Think back to that 2019 season when the Barbados Tridents won. He was instrumental with his bowling, but also the power hitting ability. Last couple of years, he's changed roles. This is a run-out chance. I think direct hit, he was gone.
With that angle, it was pretty difficult to hit the stumps. Was slinging it. Stumps from that man, Sunny Patel. Yeah, underarm would have been much better on that attention, and yeah, hit could have had him in some trouble.
He tried to get past that short third fielder, but didn't.
Yeah, well placed, but still just picks out the man in the 30-yard circle. It's been a good over so far from Calvin Savage. And you can hear that one man consistent in the field for this Phillies United side, Rizvan Janu Mazhar. It's been very loud for this Phillies United side, and he's pierced the gap there. Raymond Reefer just uses the pace of the ball and places it beautifully in the gap. That concludes the 11th over. 100 comes up. It's 102 for 3.
100 up, boys, 100 up. Keep going now. Thank you.
.106 remaining. Seems 7 looking deep this pair. deeper though. It's more about this pair. It's been slow going so far, but both of them have shown us glimpses in the tournament that they can be dangerous. Sunny Patel. All right, Aryan, time to talk about the tournament. It's been really fun to be part of this competition. Who are some of the players that have stood out to you, seeing it from the player perspective?
We'll have to start with Gajanan Singh, the skipper of my side. Been very consistent, at least in 3 of the innings he played. He crossed 50 plus. Maybe in one of those there was a 40, I cannot remember, but a very good start from him as a batsman.
That is so unbiased of you, Aryan. I'm sure you played for the Carolina Eagles.
Mario Laban as well. Mario Laban as well from the California Golden Eagles. A good season from him, I'd have to say. In the charts for leading wicket taking, Rakeem Cornwall, of course, unfortunately out of action today. Rakeem the Dream. He's heaved that away onto the onside. Straight, actually, correction. He's hit it straight. Straight as an arrow. And he'll get half a dozen on that occasion. The wings come up from umpire Brian Kane.
Very straight and 6. Yeah, flighted from Sunny Patel. He's looking for wickets here. And to be honest, they've got runs to play with.
They've seen the other spin option of Aman Patel hasn't really worked out for the Phillies United. 14 from his first. Was really looking forward to seeing him get a game today, but hasn't really got the results that he wanted.
Tell you, the way they've struck it tonight, these balls have felt the wrath. And this one has ran away. Struggling to find it. Saif Badar has been in good touch. That's a small positive for this Carolina Golden Eagles. Just look how far that ball has gone. Yeah, this was not a night ago. A half century against your Carolina Eagles, Aryan Singh. How painful was it to watch this? What impressed you about this, not specifically?
Yeah, nothing really impressed me of it because I wanted him to get out. But yeah, it was a good innings nonetheless. Played a very controlled innings, one in the stage where he needed to. Kaleem.
They've got Cow Corner. No, they've got Cow Corner. Oh, it was in the gap for a second. Just imagine, they were 50 for 6. They looked in all sort of problems, and Badar got some support from the lower order, but he was the main man. And then at the back end of the innings, showcase the power that we're seeing now. They got 39 off the 4 overs, went at just about 9 and over in those last couple to end the game. How do you get him out? How do you think we get him out?
Well, I don't think we got him out yesterday, Nikhil, so I'm not pretty sure. I'm not really sure. Hopefully I could have the answer to that question last night. Yeah, and he's put that high into the air. Has he crunched it enough? Yes, he has. And he's hit the California Golden Eagles sign as well. Wow, Saif Badar. You were in one hurry. It's 118 for 3 after 12.
Timing has been supreme. That made a good sound as it came off the bat as well. Raymond Reefer would be so itchy to get a good innings under his belt before going into the business end of the tournament, isn't it, Aryan?
Well, it's very good. It's a very good start for the California Golden Eagles. Still need a bit more runs. Required run rate inching a bit over 11. And they're sort of close to 10. So yeah, need to get it going a little bit. Need to find an over where they could go bang, bang. Did that with Aman Patel's first, where 1 for 14. But Savage has been doing good. Save Badar. Telling him, umpire, tell him to stop moving, please. I need to lock in.
Calvin Savage has developed this new slower delivery as well. This time around straight down the leg side a little bit. Easy to.
We've seen that throughout the entire duration of this bowling innings from Calvin Savage. Cutters, slower ones, a lot of variation through when he's finishing his action. Restricting the batsman from fully engaging in his shots and getting a maximum results. And this is what makes him one of the strike.
A good single. A good single. Rifer had to call for it. He was the one running towards the danger end. 86 and 45. Scott getting out after getting a good half century there. 67 of just 33. Things would have changed from there. But Badr ensured that the momentum never shifts towards the Phillies United. That counter attack always was on and still is. 28 of 19. Rifer gets set for a big hit and he's launched this many a mile. The Golden Eagles are spreading their wings again. It's already 10 of the over.
A very nice stroke from Raymond Reefer. Only a man of his class who has played List A first class international franchise cricket can play such a stroke where he just opened the face and he just flicked it away. And we'll have to go ball searching for that one. We need to bring out the magnifying glass.
Raymond Reefer, when he hits it really, really high as well. Misfield, but the batters weren't ready to come back for the second. I think that 6 will ruffle some feathers as well. It's been a while since Savage has been treated this way. 7 hitters with 2 set batters and one of them hitting 6s at will. It's going to be change in pace once again from Savage. And he's just accepted it onto his bat. 130 at the end of 13 for the loss of 3 wickets.
It's been a good inning so far from Raymond Reefer and Saif Badar, a good partnership that they're building. 130 for 3 with 7 to go. Yet the impact player has not been used for the California Golden Eagles. Might be using a Yasser Kaleem here. Need to get a bit more of runs.
After Unmukt and Chaitanya's early departure, it was Ryan Scott who got a terrific 67 of just 33 deliveries. Badr has accepted the baton from Scott. Refer is also amongst runs now. He's looking good after that huge 6 on the leg side.
Yeah, change in bowling. Justin Dale brought back into the attack. This is an over the Golden. Change in bowling.
You're absolutely right, because they need 11 and over for the next 7 overs straight. California Golden Eagles, can they get there? Or will the Phillies United find a way to chop the wings of the Eagles? Under edge, but superbly kept.
Yeah, Haren Patel is an exceptional wicket-keeper from New Jersey. He's played a lot of domestic tournaments representing the Mid-Atlantic zone in the senior men's competition a year or 2 ago, I believe. And look at the smile on his face. That's a hard piece of fielding. Wicket-keeping is not easy. I could tell you that as a wicket-keeper batsman myself. It's the most underappreciated job in cricket.
totally agree with you there. And this is going to be for Justin Dill as gives us past the fielders.
Now batting from safe, but R. And just crunched it away with pure timing and elegance there. Saif Badar is producing yet another possible match-winning knock.
Let's find out what Nikhil's up to.
Well, I've come down to the dugout of the Philly United team just to give you guys some insight into what happens here. The planning group, head coach Winston Cornwall is here, Rakeem Cornwall is here. You got some gloves, energy drink, water, some freeze spray. They've got it all down here. Now, coach, take me tactically into this game. How do you assess it so far?
Well, basically, we get a very decent score, make over 200 runs. But obviously, the other team that we play, they batted well so far. But tactically, we personally have our go-to bowler that can really pull off this game tonight for us.
What are some of the discussions that you guys have? It's very tense here. You haven't said a word since I've come down here.
Well, basically, the think tank here off the field, just for, as you see, Rakeem is not on the field, just for keep the guys them calm and understand the situation and play the situation for what it is.
You mentioned the guy next to me, Rakeem Cornwall, who is your nephew. How much have you played an influence in his career, coach?
Well, I probably teach Rakeem pretty much everything he knows. He's a really big influence from since he's a youth. I've been with him throughout his career, and I'm just pleased that the way how he gone so far within his career.
Now, this guy next to me said he's not speaking. So he said that if I have him speak, he's going to knock out my front teeth. Rakeem, you can just nod if your uncle and coach has played a big influence in your career.
Yeah, I think from youth growing up, he always take me to practice and we put in a lot of work. So from there, move up to senior cricket, he always there for me.
What about Calvin Savage? I see you're not playing tonight. You sent that guy up the order. What did you tell him before the game?
Nothing much really. Just tell Calvin back himself. If the ball is in his area, execute. And I think he played a very good innings tonight.
Kwame Patton, I see him always next to you on the cameras. Are you mentoring him? Both of y'all are from the West Indies?
Yeah, Kwame's a good kid. I think he always willing to learn, always asking a lot of questions to get advice about the game. And nothing is wrong to share what knowledge you have. I think Kwame is going to get better as he go on, and he just have to relish this opportunity.
Coach, Rakeem, you stay focused. I won't bother you anymore. It is the end of the over, but I'm going to come back with some more insight. Don't go too far. It's the end of the 14th over. It's 141 for 3.
Let's go. ID on strike.
Yeah, 6 overs left. They just need 67 runs. Coach, this is a game where you guys, obviously, we're already through to the semis tomorrow. Were there any sort of experimenting going on here? What did you guys discuss coming into today?
Well, basically, if you realize throughout the whole tournament, our back half of the innings in our inning to bat, so we can what we have in the back end, so we can plan better for tomorrow's semi-finals.
And from a holistic view, looking at the tournament, you are come all the way from the West Indies. You're assistant coach at the Leeward Islands, and you've coached so many places in the world. What have you made of the standard of the tournament, the young talent coming through, and just the overall players?
Well, it's my first time in the USPL, and I think it's a really good one for US cricket. A lot of young cricketers showcase their talents, and it can only get better as years go on. I just like the way how they've gone about their business in the tournament, being fearless, being positive. A lot of really good cricketers in this league, and this league can only go from strength to strength. But one thing I must really, this one for the organizers, I think the ball need to look at, something that the organizer have to really make the correction of the ball. I think the ball really go pretty much quick. And if you realize there's a lot of dew in the evening, so it's become really a daunting task for bowlers, especially the ball just comes soft. So something to look at for the tournament. As I say, the tournament can only get better, and I know it can get bigger. So I'm looking forward for what sort of correction and what sort of implementation from this tournament. This is the second season. Season 3, I think it can grow to something magnificent.
And last question before you go. Calvin Savage tonight, strike rate over 200. How are you going to make this decision between Raheem Cornwall and Savage? If this guy is fit and ready tomorrow, could he be struggling to make that team?
Well, you're looking at a guy next to you, one of the best guys in the business, so that's pretty much Nikhil an easy decision for us.
All fun and games. Coach, thanks so much. Raheem the Dream, I appreciate you. The Rakatat, thanks for your time, and we'll see if their team can pull off this win. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Nikhil. Sandwich between the Cornwalls, two wonderful men to talk cricket to.
There's a funny story of Raheem Cornwall with me and my friends, Suhas. I think we were sleeping over one night at one of my friend's house, and the CPL was on. And we saw one of Raheem Cornwall's beautiful hundreds, a very fast 100 he made. From that day on, my friends kept following his journey through the CPL, his batting and whatnot.
Are you talking about the 102 and then the bat drop like the mic drop?
Yes, I'm talking about that innings. And then what had happened was, when I found out that I was retained and that the entire fixtures were coming out, the captain's list, the vice captain's list, I saw Raheem Cornwall there. And I told my friends, I told them, I didn't want to tell them that Raheem was playing because I know they're big fans. So I waited. We had a practice session, I think the day after we got there, and Raheem was checking in. And I told myself, this is the perfect opportunity. So I went up to Raheem and I told him, sir, my friends are very big fans. Can we please get one photo? And I got a nice photo with Raheem in one of his nice jerseys, sent it to my friends, and they said, Aryan, there is no way this is real.
I'll tell you what, you just made the day of so many friends of yours, and you earned yourself new friends too. The gentle giant Raheem Cornwall, always open to talk cricket too, not necessarily when the camera is on him. Stephen Vegas done well after being hit away for 4 first ball, which was a terrific shot, by the way.
Yeah, and we've seen that with a lot of good cricketers that have played international cricket. 2 in my own camp, Shayan Jahangir. That's really what makes them great cricketers, is that even when the youth want to keep asking questions to players with such great experience, they're willing to talk. They don't have to tell you these tips and tricks, but if they're willing to do so, they're willing to help out someone that could take over in the future. That's something we love to see.
Indeed, that's exactly why lots of talent is fast-tracked, because they learn so much so quickly by having the access to players who've been there, done that. And USPL's one such tournament as well, where every youngster can learn something from, because he's rubbing shoulders with the best in the business. 15 gone, 148 for 3.
Oh shit.
15 overs gone, 148 for 3 it is at the moment for the California Golden Eagles. 60 they next 5 overs. There we go. That's nice. I've no doubt that Savage will be over the moon with the way that he played early today. Right at the moment on 41 off 29. Reefer 24 off 14. Partnership 57 off 33. This is good stuff. Nikhil has run upstairs and joined me. Nikhil, nice interview. Welcome back.
Sorry, ran so fast to get back here just to be on with you, Mike.
That's it high. Very high indeed, and far as well. That is a great way to start the over. Suddenly 54 from 29. That deal in boundaries is going to make a wonderful chase this.
Yeah, what a way to start the over, but more importantly, look to chase this down, and they're well on track. 11 and over with 7 wickets in hand, and these two at the crease should be gettable.
Scott played brilliantly for his 67 off 33 balls. Saif Bada now on 47. 2 4s and 3 6s. That last one was gigantic. Need to go at just over 11 to the over. 6 off the first certainly makes a big difference. Boys in the field. 200, a terrific total. 207 for 6. 16 4s and 12 6s at the moment. California Golden Eagles, 9 4s and 10 6s. So at the same stage, nothing in it. Absolutely nothing in it. Reefer now looking to work that one on, coming back to the second as well. He does so this is really good stuff. They got 9 of this over now. I think the Worms will be a nice look.
These two teams were exactly on 157 runs at this stage, which is why they're touching. And remember, this is where the Phillies United side sort of had a decline when they lost those couple of quick wickets.
Lost a wicket on 145, 147 and 147. And then one on 157. So that's that little dip that was taken and joined the dots.
Want to really give credit to Milton and his team, the ground staff. This is the 6th match we've had on this surface in 2 days, and still almost 400 runs being produced.
Yeah, Milton, I actually asked him this morning, I said, what's the plan about the surface? What are you going to do about this? Game's on the one we first started on. There's Milton, still chatting. Oh, that's cracked. Wow, that's a beauty. That's a great shot. Brings up 50 as well. Saif Bada's played superbly.
Second consecutive half century in 2 nights for this man, Saif Badar. What a contribution he has made to this Golden Eagles side. When he's gone to the boundary, it's been through the offside. When he's looked maximum, it's been through that leg side.
So Milton said to me, he said, we'll see how things go today, then I'll make a call after we finish playing today as to whether we stay on this track we're using at the moment for the semis and then move to the final on the track that we started on. So his quandary is the last time we played on the track that we've moved from, 370 runs were scored. On this track now, what have we got? 370 runs scored at the moment. Extraordinary. Milton, good luck with your decision making.
Really has been a belter. Other than that one spot which you outlined earlier today, that's the only time we've really seen variable bounce. Other than that, it has been an absolute belter. This run chase is on because of it.
That's what it does to a bowler when you get after him like this. 14 runs. So 15 off the over at this stage. 1 ball to go.
The serious pressure tonight. Justin Dill's gone at 12 and over. Still 1 delivery to go.
Slammed again. Just going to stroll through for the 1 though. Big over. 16 from it. 16 gone. 164 for 3.
44 to get from the remaining 4. That's 11 and over. With these two there in the middle, they will believe the Golden Eagles. Unmuk Chan has had a quiet tournament, but that start from Ryan Scott, it set the tone. It was some disruptive. And then Badar came in. They had a small partnership, and he's taken over the majority of the run scoring. Now, this over from Stephen Wigg will be very important. He's been their strike bowler all season. Can he do it one more time?
Oh, that's been hit miles in the air. How long's it gone? It's gone long. Gee, unbelievable stuff. Safe Badar, magnificent work. Great way to start the over.
In this sort of touch, no one can stop him. Again through that leg side is where he's gone big. Seen a couple of the slog sweeps. And this time, that wasn't even that full. Just hitting on the up, and it traveled. And these Eagles are soaring. Exactly what you want going into the semi-final. Their confidence would have been low after 20 overs. And they were thrashed around the park. I think Wigg probably see that scramble seam option he used now at the back end of the innings, potentially even the cutter, which he hasn't used too much in the tournament. And then he's always shown some Team World Cup days, he's always shown so much promise. Now he's come over to the USA, trying to create a new journey. Just one. Suhas Vedam is here. Suhas, who do you think is in the ascendancy? They'll actually get a second here before you come in. It's all going wrong for the Phillies United team.
A wicket at this stage much required for Phillies United, because California Golden Eagles 36 from 21 with a set Badar would be fancying to get there with at least 4 to 5 balls to spare.
Gone big again, and critically it's in the gap. Think the man has done well enough, we'll check. Nonetheless, there'll be a couple of runs. That could be an important stop. Only 2 in the offside, which is why that line has been much straighter. Is he gonna bluff him and maybe go full and wide? He's got deep covered, long off. And only 6 dots in the 38 deliveries he's faced. So when he hasn't found the boundary, it's been good rotation of strike and aggressive running.
And that's what has kept Phillies United on their toes. They never let the pressure get to them. And Badar has played a sensational innings here. 66 or 38, but he knows it's not done yet. Reifers assisted him well. The thing about Roman Reifer is that he's a 6-hitting machine. But that machine's now switched off. Outside edge generated. Wigg has finally found a reason to smile, and the partnership has now been broken. 86 of 45, California Golden Eagles were back in the game thanks to Reifer and Saif Badar. But one of them's got to go, and that's Reifer in this case. Big wicket this. Raymond Reifer departs for 27 at just 17, 177 for 4.
Gaurav Kumar. Well, some decent spin overs in that first innings. Now has a job to do, and Saif Badar will be telling him, drilling it to him, that the main thing is that they're ahead of where they need to be. Raymond Rifa trying to go across the line in that last over. He may have came off the face of the bat, just deceived him with the change of pace. And just rolled his fingers over it in the end. Came off that edge, but it was a huge wicket, and it was a gamble to go to Wiggs' final over then, but they understood the assignment, understood the need for a wicket. Now 31 from 3 overs is anyone's game. Saif Badar.
The Golden Eagles started off losing Unmukt and Chaitanya for 8. Ryan Scott played a sensational innings first up, 67 at 33, and now Badar 66 at 38, a similar innings, very impactful. And that's what is keeping them in the hunt, the California Golden Eagles. 31 required of the last 3 overs.
Good to see them in attendance watching. Now, problem for Saif Badar is the expectations will mount. He doesn't have Rifa at the other end. There's a brand new batter there, so you'll feel that he's got to do all of the weight pulling in this run chase.
More headache for Saif Badar. But I just get a feeling that he's good enough to accept it. But he's got to look at this as the opportunity to pick up a wicket. Not if it's a full toss at a comfortable height. This will travel easily.
Yeah, first ball was a good, well-executed Yorker. Full and wide. Tries it again, but misses. There's no Jufat out there. So not sure what the man who struck it boundaries. Maximums to just 4 boundaries.
No half measures there, especially in a crunch moment. Very soon, more innings of this kind for Saif Badar. That bat will attract a sponsor. Looking very vacant, but only for the moment. Bhatti needs to pick up a wicket at this stage. And if it's Badar, nothing better.
Getting that onside, but this field would suggest the plan is full and wide. He wanted to come back for the second. Well, they will check it, but pretty sure he got back home safely. Wanted to get Badar back on strike, but it may have been too much of a risk.
There's a good call not to go for the second. Would have been Harakiri. Just about makes it. This tells you, had he run one more step forward, turn it.
Clearly his home. I think it's quite clear that he's got over the line there. I just want to be sure, be certain, but from both angles, the bat is over the line before the bails light up. So now will be a chance for the Phillies United team to bowl at Gaurav Kumar. If they can keep him on strike for maybe 2 or 3 deliveries, it puts them under more pressure. Asker is below 10 and over now, but 2 dots, that surges. Still only 2 in the leg side, so maybe full and wide again. Man under it, should take it, and does take it. Just 1 ball for Gaurav Kumar, unable to make an impact. More pressure now on the California Golden Eagles.
Had to go for it, Gaurav. wanted to provide extra support to what Badr is doing. Little early in the innings, perhaps. Only height, no distance, only height.
That's it, boys.
Yasser Kaleem has come out to the middle, the impact player. And things now tight. Game on a knife edge, hard to pick a side after this wicket. Surprise, really. I thought Gaurav Kumar would have wanted to just try to push it around and get Badr on strike. Maybe they saw it another way. If he can get a maximum there, even more in the driver's seat. However, it wasn't to be. Badr on strike. This could be another chance. Doesn't carry. Saad Ali was under it. Eventful over, 186 for 5.
Let's go, 3 minutes.
Well, it's only 22 runs now to get. Who would have thought at the halfway stage, after they've been pummeled all around, they would get close to that 207. Remember that they struggled to get 112 last night. Lost 7 wickets. It's been the complete contrast tonight. And everything is tight. 21 now from 11.
He's got to push for 2. And 2 completed.
The Phillies United are currently on 6 points. A win would take them to 8. Again, it's gone high, but not long, and their catching has been superb tonight. It's another one. It's falling apart here.
An all-round performance here from Calvin Savage. Now providing the important breakthrough. Saad Ali pouches the catch, no problem there. Yasser Kaleem, run a ball 3 for him, not enough. 189 for 6.
Junaid Siddiqui under pressure here. 19 from 9. Oh, that's a bad miss from Savage. Tried to go Yorker. It's terrible because it's down the leg side and it's wides. This game, the momentum wrestling back and forth.
Big error. Big error from the man who's not put a foot wrong till now. Five runs, just 5 runs. 5 huge runs gifted to the opposition here. That'll reduce the equation drastically. Good slower delivery, not far away from the stick side, but 14 of 8 now. California Golden Eagles, do they believe? Badr is still there, the set batsman. 75 of 43 for the set batter Badr. Siddiqui has just walked in. He can strike the ball cleanly, but that's a different story. I think he's got the license to go for the big shot here in the next ball too.
Yeah, there's so much at stake here. They want to, have to hurry here, have to hurry. I think he's short by a mile. Finger goes up straight away. And another wicket going down. They've now lost 3 wickets in an over. The span of 6 deliveries, they've lost 3 batters, and Badr is still there. Trying to go back for 2 so that Badr could get maybe the strike in the next over. 4 wickets in 12 balls. And I'm surprised that Saif Badr has taken that single. It's the end of the over. Carmichael will be on strike for the last. 12 to get, 196 for 7.
They're going to need to bring one inside the circle. One more inside the circle. Next up.
6 balls to go. And this is almost like a quarter-final because the winner of this game goes top of the table. They need 2 runs a ball for the last. 12 from 6. And the winner will play the New York Cowboys, who are the 4th place team. So a lot riding on the shoulders of Saif Badr, who importantly will be at the non-striker's end. I'm really surprised, Suhas, that he took that single.
Right arm, coming over.
You're just hearing that they're going to be paying the price now over it penalty. They have to bring a fielder up. So just 4 fielders allowed outside the circle. Deep cover, long off, long on, deep mid-wicket. Usually you would have an extra field in the leg side. 12 from 6. Carmichael has timed it well and he's placed it in the gap as well. They're going to get 2.
What a time to come in and what a chance for him to become the hero in the first game that he plays in USPL Season 2, Carmichael. Pressure. Carmichael's ensuring he doesn't forget to breathe. 10 of 5.
And with this field, it has to be full. If he goes short, he has no protection at deep point or backward square. It is full and pays off. That's a good result, just 1. What a recovery this is. Whether they win, or they lose. For those Golden Eagles, this is a mammoth recovery from a night ago where this man somehow, someway led them to victory from 50 for 6. 9 from 4. A lot of Badr's 6s have been down the ground or through that cow corner region. There's a big gap there. Stand and deliver. 2 fielders in the deep. Doesn't matter. They're 5 away now. Correction, it's gone all the way for 6. It'll be 3. Only 3. Run a ball needed.
Big impact strike at the right time. Badr ensuring he stays there till the end. He's put his team within touching distance of a very famous victory. This might be dress rehearsal for what is to come, as both these sides have qualified. Mistake from Bhatti. Can't give him length. Not at this stage. 81 of 44. He's not a batter who's just walked in. 9 runs of the first 3 balls. 3 more required.
There is long on. Dominic Ricky's really quick. They're coming back for the second. Oh, if the throw was better, Badr could have been in trouble there. But nonetheless, scores are level. This is theatre. The day before the semi-finals, a first place position at stake.
Dominic Ricky knew that he's got to throw at the striker's end, but the throw was too wide. And I think that jump as well that he had to time, the keeper, he's suggesting he needed it on the bounce. Just one bounce and then would have been easier to collect and whip the bails off. Bhatti knows it's going to be Badr back on strike. As far as Badr is concerned, that dive has saved him. 81 of 44. And a pebbles throw away from victory. Has he slid the bat over here properly? Beyond the line. Beyond the line. He's done well here. All while his body and mind are telling him to go the other way. He was able to have the presence of mind to slide the bat beyond the line. And that means scores are level. Or what if the other end as well is something that umpire wants to check? Already the Golden Eagles are affording a smile. And why not? Because just 1 required now of 2 balls. Surely the field has to come in.
Everyone has come into the circle, barring deep mid-wicket and long off, because Badr has hit a few sixes through that long off region. And that deep mid-wicket field is there for protection. We've already seen a similar situation a couple of nights ago. It was the Carolina Eagles and the Patriots. That went to a super over. Saif Badr will not want to take it there though. They have 2 balls to get 1. Chance at number 1 at stake. And he's delivered. This has been a Saif Badr masterclass for the California Golden Eagles, who have earned the number 1 spot in this year's US Premier League and will play the New York Cowboys in the semi-finals. Disappointment for the Phillies United, but for them, they'll be back in action tomorrow. But what a win, a spectacular performance from a team that at one stage in this tournament weren't sure they would even qualify. This is T20 cricket, this is the US Premier League.
Magical strike to put his team through. What an innings from Saif Badr. They'll reflect on this campaign and say this is the best game that they've played, and it's come just at the right time with the business end of the tournament. Very, very near them. This strike sums it up. Straight down the ground. Bhatti knew he's committed a mistake once again. Length is something he loves. California Golden Eagles might have not started the way they wanted, but they've chased 200 down and they've finished the league stages exactly the way they wanted. Now they should get set to play Cowboys soon.
An unbelievable performance from Saif Badr specifically. The 6 maximums, the time that they came at as well, when they lost that crucial wicket of Brian Scott. It was critical. He got some good support from Raymond Rifa in that 86-run partnership. But this will do that confidence of the Golden Eagles side a world of good as they head into knockout cricket, which is a lot about confidence and who turns up on the day in this format. Back-to-back 50s in 2 nights for Badr. He'll hope he can produce a 3rd. throw was good. Ryan Scott set the pace early. .207 was always going to be a tough chase. Because they've got there, they've propelled themselves to the top of the table. At one stage, they were at the bottom, remember? Because of the rained out fixtures, the two of them. So 2 wins in 2 nights has put them at the top on 8. They will play the New York Cowboys for Phillies United. They'll battle a very strong New Jersey Titans team in that second semi-final. What a night. Really good cricket game and a fitting way to end what has been a competitive US Premier League preliminary side. Road to the final. This is what the semi-final matchups look like. Golden Eagles against Cowboys at 10 a.m. and the Titans and the United. Good to see smiles on the faces. Both teams should be proud. Both teams got over 200, over 400 runs scored tonight.
Saifada has been brilliant from the word go. The way he's timed the aggression and also had the idea of choosing and picking the areas he wants to go at. He's played safe shots and he's played shots which were way beyond the stands. It's a 50 that he'll remember for a winning cause and also the conditions in which it's come. He would have played many innings. This would be right at the top for him. Unmukh Chand did not score once again. That is a spot of bother for the team. But California Golden Eagles have found a hero today in Badr. 87 not out in 46 deliveries. Striking at 189.1, he ensured that he was there to put a full stop to this massive run chase.
.62 from 35 deliveries between Scott and Badr was instrumental, but that 86-run partnership when Rifa came to the crease was the difference maker. And Carmichael played a few good strokes under pressure to support Badr, who hit a couple boundaries to put the icing on the cake and allow the Golden Eagles to top the table. Quick look at the bowling. The night when 400 runs are scored, the bowlers will go for runs. 2 wickets for Batty, he was the standout. 1 apiece for Wig, Sunny Patel and Calvin Savage.
So the Phillies United 207 for 6. They thought they had enough, which most days is 207. Savage 78 of 36 was pure joy to watch, with Saad 53 of 29 as well. And the partnership that they strung together would be talked about for a long time for the way they complemented each other and went ahead while propelling the game forward too. California Golden Eagles were not bogged down by the early wickets because Scott's 67 of 33 and Badr's unconquered 87 has put them ahead, given them a much needed win for the confidence boost.
Real nervy encounter between these two teams. It started with a few extravagant strokes from Unmukh Chand, but then one too many in that offside. Ryan Scott though, the way the ball left his bat tonight, this was excellent in the field. They were pretty good today. Phillies United, direct hit meant that Bishnoi was short of his ground, but Ryan Scott tonight, he set the tone. Just listen to the sound off the bat. Tells you all about the time he brought up his half century. And this partnership with Badr was great. He was even better.
The towering sixes continued for a long time before Scott had to go back to the pavilion. Justin Gill completing a very good catch, Justin Gill. And then Raymond Reefer providing great support to Badr. That's the partnership that brought back into the game the California Golden Eagles. Badr continued his merry way even after Reefer left. That outside edge was taken brilliantly. Full tosses did not help. Yasir Kaleem was brought in. Did strike one cleanly, the next one sent him back to the hut. And towards the end, it was about taking cheeky singles, converting them into two. But on that occasion, Junaid was way short.
But our few statement pieces towards the end. What a win. The top of the table. Let's go down to Mike Hazeman for the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the presentation. Goodness me, what a game that was. Over 400 runs scored in a magnificent encounter. A couple of terrific teams who were battling out for that top spot. Only one side could get there, of course, and obviously it is the California Golden Eagles who have ended up the top. Now, if I can ask the losing skipper, please, to come forward to the Phillies United. Adil, how do you reflect on that game for starters?
Certainly we didn't want to lose the game. I think the boys were definitely trying their best to contain as much as we can. Credit to the batting side. I think they played wonderful. Credit to our batting as well. Yeah, certainly wanted a little bit more runs in the last over for me to get my six balls in. But obviously I was bowling to Saf, who was on the other end batting really well. I would try my best to obviously get him off the strike, but he played wonderfully, and he was just playing through the line.
Someone else who played wonderfully was Calvin Savage. He was bunted up to the top of the order. I mean, those numbers are extraordinary. 78 of 36 balls.
Absolutely.
7 fours, 6 sixes, a strike rate of 217. And involved in that partnership with Saad Ali, also played superbly, 121 stand off 57 balls. I mean, that's a situation where you really shouldn't lose, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he stepped in, for Rakeem, and he played an amazing knock for us, gave us such an amazing start that we needed, and to get us to, lead up to this huge total. Yeah, definitely, again, we could have bowled again better ball. We could have contained them a little bit here and there, and then could have also picked up a few wickets. But credit to the opposition. I think they played wonderful.
Now, you got the semi-final tomorrow, of course. You're going to be up against the Titans. A little bit of a rest before you have to do that. But that's going to be a high-octane encounter as well.
Absolutely. We just played them the other day, so yeah, they're certainly a strong side. But yeah, we can certainly use the rest. And I mean, listen, nothing to take away from the opposition, but our boys play as well as good too, so we're looking forward to coming back.
Well done, guys. Well done. Adil, thanks for your thoughts.
Thank you. Yep.
Well, never expected this. I think the way Saif and Ryan played and all the other guys chipped in, I think really exceptional. This is what we wanted. As a batting unit, we hadn't clicked till now, but I think today was a great win for us. I think the guys expressed themselves, and it's really good to take this confidence into the semi-finals tomorrow.
And just thinking about the bigger picture of this event, I mean, what an advertisement for the US Premier League.
Oh, exactly, absolutely. I mean, 400 runs getting scored in a game, I think that speaks volumes. And hopefully, we can come up tomorrow and replicate a similar performance.
Ryan was quite spectacular tonight, 67 off 33 balls. I mean, that set the tone at the start.
Yes, I think the message was really clear. Once we had 200 on board, I think we had nothing to lose. We just wanted to express ourselves. That's what the message was for the guys, and I think the way Ryan started really gave us a good platform. And from there onwards, I think Saif took it nicely.
And how's it feel sitting at number one? That's a nice position. I mean, at one stage, I guess you were talking in that change room maybe a few days ago, you're thinking, well, where are we going to end up in the finals? Are we going to get to those semis? And there you are at number one now.
Well, it's a very similar situation to what Australia was in the World Cup. Hopefully, we can stay in the number one till 21st. But yeah, it feels good. Hopefully, we can continue it tomorrow as well.
And that's going to be, of course, against the Cowboys.
I think so, yeah. I haven't seen the table yet.
And it will be the first one, and that's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning, so you better go and get some rest.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Well
done. Terrific. I'd like to introduce Rahul Sharma now. Rahul, if you can please come up. Co-owner of the player of, and I hand over the award to the player of the match, and that is Saif Badar. Saif, if you can please come forward. Get your trophy from Raul, of course, on the way. Saif, congratulations. 87 off 46 balls, 5-4, 6-6, a strike rate of 190. That was some knock. A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a fun. Sometimes it was a pressure situation, you know, scoring, chasing high run scores. So, but thanks to the team, you know, when team give you confidence, have a faith on you, so you just love to go and express yourself.
And your thought seemed to be so clear out there. You seemed to know exactly what to do throughout that entire innings. I mean, what were you thinking about before you went to the crease?
So the only thing was in my mind to, you know, bat deep, and as long as I'm staying in. So because later on it was easy to hit because there was a dew ball was coming on the bat nicely. So even the guy who was playing with me, so the message was very clear: just play deep. If the ball is there, go for it.
And what about coming into those last couple of overs? How was your mind then? Were you still fine?
At that time, I was seeing the ball very well. So yeah, whatever coming in my range, I was just going for that. So plus one more thing, singles and doubles were very important, even in the big game. So this was the communication we were having in the crease.
I know you've got some semis ahead, of course, and then obviously you're hoping you're going to go on and get into that final. What does it mean to you to win the player of the match today?
Yeah, a special feeling.
Okay, you got some great form. Well played today. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Safe, well done. Raul, thanks very much, Raul, for your time. Thank you. And that concludes the presentation.
An entertaining game, a thrilling game of cricket, and a perfect way to set up the semi-finals tomorrow. The Golden Eagles are on the top of the table. After that win, Phillies United, because of the good work they've done in the tournament, in third place, but it means they'll come up against a strong New Jersey Titans team tomorrow in semi-final 2. Four of the best teams in the tournament in action. Semi-final 1 is first up. Suhas, Golden Eagles against the New York Cowboys. What can we expect?
Enthralling cricketing action, especially because Golden Eagles have now found their form once again. And one of them was Saif Badar. Just love the way he shook his head as well after every 6. Just like that, to get back into the zone. Chaitanya Bishnoi, it's important that he finds form too. The way he picked up wickets was terrific to watch. Bowling according to a plan. And there, of course, the batter believed in Unmukh Chand a little more. And Chaitanya Bishnoi would be a key aspect of the Golden Eagles against the Cowboys. And the man on your screen just won them a game earlier today. Hassan Khan, 55, coming in at a difficult situation after a funny Simadri of Mavericks. Made sure that... And then came on to bowl and pick up wickets there too. All-rounder in the true sense of the word. Jaladua was pleading and the finger went up. As you watch these visuals, you would understand why the semi-finals are going to be a very, very exciting contest. The California Golden Eagles will first be taking on the New York Cowboys. And that would be at 10 a.m. local time from the Broward County Cricket Stadium here in Florida.
Yeah, that will be a blockbuster. And then later tomorrow, there will be these two teams who I think could be the two best in the tournament. A very strong batting lineup led by Andreas House, who almost got his second 100 today, got 86 in dominant fashion. He will be a key wicket to get for the Phillies United team, but if they don't get him out, he will cause calamity at the crease. A couple of half centuries, a century as well. And they've got a barrage of spin, some quality spinners as well. Mohammed Mohsin with his wrist spin. Player of the match in that game yesterday. They've also got Captain Harmeet Singh, who can provide an impetus as well. But I think this is going to be a really tasty affair because of the team that they're playing against. Those two will be important. But this man was unbelievable tonight with his 72. And remember, they scored 207 runs in this fixture without Raheem Cornwall. They hope they can get him back tomorrow. Pairing that with a multifaceted bowling lineup that they possess, but especially sixes for Calvin. The ground. 6 sixes for Calvin Savage tonight, a star in the making. And Wake has been one of the most impressive seamers in the tournament. First, he displayed great ability in the field with a few runouts and some good catching. Then he bowls this delivery that just jigs back to the right-hander. He can get the ball to swing as well. It's going to be excellent to watch tomorrow, this matchup with that bowling lineup against that batting lineup. Mouth-watering. Don't miss it tomorrow at 4 p.m. local time from the Broward County Stadium in Florida. Titans against United for a place in the grand finale. What an eventful day of cricket. It's the last day of the preliminary fixtures here in the USPL, and now it's time for knockout cricket, where one winner will be announced. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll miss you. Goodbye.